right before I said let's fight.
No, that's impossible.
By the way,
BT Dubs is BTW. I'm gonna bust you up. Nope, I'm not coming down. Where am I? Help! Milk! Chance got $5.
the champ got 5 on it.
Back where it came from.
Go back where he came.
Ah, here we go. Oh, fuck. Oh, God.
Oh, I tried to go into blow. Don't alter me.
Wow. One leg, you coward. Oh, no. I should have done that.
Oh no, they caught the tail end of my dancing. Hello, YouTube. Welcome to the First to 50 podcast, episode 22. We've taken some time off, as in just me, because I've been sick. But this guy's been holding it down for 2 weeks worth of content, right, Meshi?
I'm so stressed. Oh, there's so much weight of these 2 weeks of content. There's so much of it.
Mother, back brace, mother. All right, this is a podcast where we talk about movies, anime, video games that we play, and it gives us a reason to talk to each other every week across this beautiful mahogany table that I carved with my bare hands and right-click save as. We got big news this week. I don't know if you know this or not, Meshi, but Lord of the Rings is coming to theaters in January, and they have one ring to rule them all, one bucket to rule them all, with an entire map of Middle Earth. Is that metal?
Yeah, it's like aluminum. I'm so excited. Look how
Really
cool
fancy.
they look.
Yeah,
I mean, they're gonna look great collecting dust wherever I put them, but
oh my goodness, you need to get yourself a little plushy Bilbo Baggins to put in so he could like peer over the edge.
get the whole gang. I could put all the fellowship inside of this bucket. Do yourself a favor and throw yourself in next time.
Oh man, so I mean that's big exciting. We're gonna watch the trailer real quick for it. It's 30 seconds. They can't kill me for this, right?
They killed you for everything else.
You know what? You know the sounds to this.
Uh-huh.
We're just gonna watch it muted, so that way I can just blur it out. Oh, by the way, caveat: there will be no audio, and if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, I will have blurred out everything because apparently they got my channel copyright stricken or something, and it ruined everything. But we're back at it again. But if you want to watch this live, come see me on Twitch, and you can watch live with me and that guy at the same time. It's looking pretty nice, Meshi.
Yeah,
How do you feel about 25 years of power?
Can't believe it's been so long. 25 years. I need to watch it again.
Extended cuts.
Extended cuts. They're showing the extended cut, scum. You don't understand. Like 12
no,
glorious hours.
you really made me feel it when we watched Return of the King that one time. You're just not getting it.
you just don't understand.
You're missing things. There's things
like
missing.
You didn't see Boromir standing up on that fucking Osgiliath in the non-extended edition.
You're not wrong. I did not see him do that in that exact moment.
Yeah, there's a lot of good character development for Boromir in the extended edition that gets cut from the Fellowship, so he looks more like a kind of a bad guy rather than like a good guy overall, just trying to help his people. There's just so much you don't understand.
Well, he is a good guy, but he's also easily manipulated by the ring because he thinks it's the one thing that he needs to bring power back to his people. He needs
blame
to
his
serve,
dad.
and he needs to bring that back. But the ring, it's got those teeth, right? It sinks into you. The hearts of men are easily swayed. Thank you, Meshi. swayed.
I need to interject here. Hello.
He said it wrong. Wrong inflections.
Oh, maybe if I bring the ring back, my father will finally love Faramir as much as he loves me. Nope, no, he does not.
Nope. He doubled down on me and hates my brother even more. This is. I'm sorry, Brescia. I'll get into that later.
Wow, I got apple slices in my lunch. Thanks, Dad. Faramir, what did you get? I got your apple core.
He took out the seeds for some reason. The best part. Okay.
Super excited. I can't wait.
We're big excited for Lord of the Rings on this side of the internet. Except for Rings of Power. We haven't talked or watched that yet. So
we will never speak of them again.
I honestly, I've been too scared to ask Meshi literally anything about it because he hasn't watched it, so I don't
cast you out.
That's the most that's a threat coming from that man across the table.
I'm sure there are like good scenes in it, but I can't bear to watch it to get to them.
I mean, I for one am happy that you're standing upon I can't think of for the Shire, Meshi. Got nothing.
Frodo.
Remember when I played Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and I got the power of the Sire, and I kept saying power of the Shire.
Yeah.
And I killed Dracula with 1 pixel of health left after I used my second power of the Shire. It ended perfectly. I wish I could say I script these things. I just naturally fumble into exciting things happening.
No, you got the gift. You've got the touch. God
damn it. I was literally about to say that. But we're internet boomers. We've seen Schmacks of Maximilian. Anyways, this is about 15 minutes of preamble. We need to get on to the Kamen Rider Power Hour. Because that's essentially all I've done while I've been sick has been watching Kamen Rider. I finished all 39 episodes of Kamen Rider XXXU. We just finished V3, and then we immediately hopped into this series. This started out the evil corpo, or the bad society is God, God. And so Kamen Rider X here, he's been fighting Hercules, Medusa, Apollo. He starts off fighting Greek gods. I was about 10 episodes in, and I really thought, should I just skip this? Should I just get to Stronger? Should I just go ahead and move ahead? Because I really want to get to Kuga in the Heisei era, because this is the Showa era, the old stuff. I'm like, no, let me give it another shot. Let's just sit down. Because it really felt like it hadn't found its identity. It was just kind of a thing that was going on with a lower budget. And then Meshi, it cranks up to 11. And you were there for some of it. Keisuke here ends up having to fight against Genghis Khan Condor.
Oh,
he
that's
has
right.
He has to fight against Ant Capone, which is an ant with a little gangster hat and a Tommy gun. He has to fight against Starfish Hitler. It's one of these. It's one of these things that it almost feels educational in a sense, where they're pulling from these like historical figures and they're rolling them into Kamen Rider villains. And so it's almost giving, and they give like in the title cards give like a little background. Like apparently this one villain was a mix of like a French master of disguise, much like Lupin. That's what it said in the little mid-episode title card. He's like, this guy's like Lupin. He's French and he was a master of disguise and stuff. It's like, oh, educational. I haven't cried in a really long time. I came real close this time. So, Meshi, do you remember the lazy guy who's laying on his side?
Yes.
The
Yeah.
bored looking giant metal face.
Yeah.
He stood up.
Oh.
After Starfish, Hitler was defeated, along with a few others. He actually said, I'll do it myself. And so you get this giant mech, and he's walking around the city, and Kamen Rider's like bike tackling him, and he's like, what do I do? I can't seem to do anything. And Pops is there supporting him the whole way, and he's like, you have to do it. No one else can do anything about this. And Keisuke, Kamen Rider XXXu, he looks up, he's like, he's gonna have to eat me so I can get inside of him. So he launches himself into its mouth.
Okay.
And he goes into the stomach, and he starts fighting like in the stomach. He ends up fighting his way into the core, and he finds essentially the Wizard of Oz, the man behind the curtain. But this is a gross looking weird guy. Like his head looks like cotton candy. Like he's got a giant, ultra huge, fat head. And all these wires are hooked up to it. And he's like, you're it. And he's like, now that you see my true face, I'll just have to dispatch of you. Keisuke gets impaled from behind by the centipede Native American monster who came back, and he gets stabbed through the back, right? He's got a blade going through him.
Yeah.
And it's in this moment that Keisuke goes, all right, I guess I'll just do this. He impales the centipede with the blade that's it through him. Like a man. He's like, I'm taking you with me. And then he goes to kill the guy in the chair, and it all blows up. And Pops and the girls are just outside like, wait, what happened? And he sacrificed himself to destroy the giant big mech thing. And then Pops and the girls get home sad to the coffee shop. And there's a note. And they're like, oh my god, he's alive. And it cuts to Keisuke on a bike, and he's driving around. He's like, well, I guess I'll go fight, other threats as Kamen Rider somewhere else. And he lived. No explanation, but he lived. So,
I love that. It's just like, oh, I really thought you were going to tell me the note wasn't from him and it had nothing to do with anything. It's
it's one of these things where I feel as though I think this show being more concise and kind of went back to the roots of just Kamen Rider versus Monster, and you had a clear bad guy the whole way through, rather than the previous two Kamen Rider series have had like commanders who end up getting foiled and befuddled, and they get replaced, and the main leaders of Shocker and Gel Shocker are just like, why can't I send anybody competent from around the world to fight Kamen Rider? We're successful everywhere else, but here in Japan, we're just getting washed. What's happening? And then the big bad guy ends up being nothing. At least this one culminated in the big bad guy was piloting a giant mech that looked like literally Darth Vader. So everything comes from Kamen Rider. The design of this guy, if you look up the main bad guy from Kamen Rider X, it's just Darth Vader's whole chest plate. It's kind of crazy, the things that we're tying back to see, like, oh, this clearly inspired this. I think I like this series more than V3, even though V3's ending was amazing with Rider Man. If you're going back to these old shows, I highly recommend do not skip this, because so far, it's up there with the beginning of the first like 14 episodes with Takashi. it really that ending and how creative they got with the villains at the end, super fun. All right, and that'll lead us into our next half of the Kamen Rider Power Hour. We've started Kamen Rider Stronger. This is the first rider so far. Well, actually, no. Keisuke, Kamen Rider X, wasn't necessarily a grasshopper. He liked X's. This guy is a beetle. Clearly inspired Beetleborgs. Keisuke is great, but this guy, Joe, he's so full of himself, and he's so like, he has such an ego, and like promotes himself in a way that, like, everybody knows who he is, but no one knows who he is. It's kind of amazing. He's always giving a speech that the world is calling upon him to defeat evil, even though no one knows he exists. It's kind of amazing. He's literally the master of magnetism, as you can see here. He pulls the bad guys' guns away. He sends electrical volts through them anytime he makes contact with them. This is a step up. This is, in every regard, it feels as though Kamen Rider kind of was like losing its way a little bit, and they started getting back on course, and this really feels like they're coming out of the gate swinging. I was informed this was possibly supposed to be the last of it. They were swinging for the fences, and apparently this did so well that they kept the series going up until current day. You know, it's like the Final Fantasy, right? Final Fantasy was supposed to be the final one, and then it was successful, and then like, oh, I guess we can keep doing this, huh? I think that's all I have to say about it, because we're only like 5 episodes in, I think, 10.
Well, have you
I
talked
don't
about
remember.
how much of a like a clueless moron he is?
He's also okay, so that's the big thing. This series starts out with Takashi, the first Kamen Rider, who has a 600 IQ. Joe, Kamen Rider Stronger, comes across the bad guy, and he's like, that guy's really stuck up, asshole, and leaves. And it's like, he's the bad guy. He's been at every scene of every crime so far. And he's like, that guy's pompous. Anyways. He's just oblivious and an idiot. And his sidekick, which is Electric Wave Tackle, the first female with powers in the show, she calls him out on literally everything. She's just like, would you lock in? And he's like, all right. Yeah, it's just fun. I hope the show keeps going well. Sadly, I know how it ends. But I'm interested to see the journey along the way. And that's how you know it's a good story, Meshi. If you know the ending and you're still there to watch it unfold, like, that's all you can ask for, right?
Right.
The stories that get ruined by spoilers, it does stink, but if you got a good solid thing there, you're just gonna enjoy it. I think that's all I have to say about it for now. We'll have an update next week. I'm sure I'll probably be done with it by then.
Yeah, and you'll move on to the next Kamen Rider thing. Gotta
Of
have
course.
the Kamen Rider.
I skipped over Amazon, which is a 24 episode series that at some point involves cannibalism at some point. I don't know if I'll watch it, because apparently it's like bad. I don't know. If you're watching this some point in the future, let me know. Should I go back? Should I get a taste of what 24 episodes of a series that essentially got canceled is like? It's just hard, right? You just want to get to the good stuff, and sometimes it's not all great.
Well, you never know. You might actually like it, and you're like, "Why did everyone hate this?" You're like, "Oh,
It might
wait,
end up
this-
being that way. I was like that. I was like, maybe I should skip X and get to Stronger. But I was like, no, let me get back in. And I got to see Starfish Hitler. So who's the real winner? I watched Kamen Rider kick the shit out of Hitler, who was a starfish, and watched him explode with his dick in the dirt. It was amazing. You don't get this kind of entertainment nowadays. I'm sorry. It's not. Speaking of sci-fi and killing Hitler, tell me all about this, Meshi. You finished Alien Earth. This was supposed to be the reboot of the franchise. This was like everything's back on course. We have a cool series, and we're really gonna get into Alien. What happened?
Yeah, it started out good, and it kept going good, and then like as it neared like the final 2-ish episodes, it kind of was like I was like, oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. I was Cleveland in the bathtub.
No, no, no,
Slowly sliding down. Yeah, so it's been a minute since I've seen this, but the disappointment is still strong.
You were so jazzed on it, and then
I
all of a sudden, for like 2 weeks, you just went radio silent. And I just didn't question
Yeah.
it because I just kind of wasn't paying attention. But I thought for a minute, I was like, wait a minute, he hasn't talked about Alien Earth.
Yeah, I was
Meshi.
really enjoying it, and then like it got to the end.
What
and
the
it
hell happened?
Yeah. Basically, Wayland Yutani invades the island, brings
Break
like
it down for me, Meshi.
several elite several elite soldiers with them, and they basically get massacred by the alien. Like they're just there, so the alien has more people to kill.
Okay, you're talking about the soldier dudes.
Yeah, those soldier dudes who are like the best of the best. They know there's aliens there, and
Mhm.
they just get slaughtered like really fucking quickly.
So these are the boys. These are the combatants of Wayland Yutani. Eee!
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Sorry,
I think
everything
the-
stems from Kamen Rider.
I think the shocker combatants would have had a funnier and better time at fighting the alien. So basically their whole plan falls through. The cyborg guy gets captured. The trying to remember exactly what was going on. The boy genius wants to talk to this eyeball monster, so he wants
Yeah.
to put it into a body because all his life he just basically his whole premise is I want to make someone that's smarter than me so I can have an intelligent conversation. And so he finds out this eyeball thing is really fucking smart. Like really smart. And he gets obsessed with it. I'm like, okay, this is not where it falls off. This is like the good part where I'm like, okay, this is kind of interesting. He's like, I don't want you to have a goat's body. I want you to have a human body that can talk. So he's trying to find somebody that isn't strong,
to
he's
shove
willing
that thing inside.
to shove that thing inside of. And so he picks her brother, the main lady's brother. And to remind everybody, they're children inside synthetic bodies who were like cancer patients. So I understand their mindset because they're fucking children. But oh man. So she learns to talk with the aliens. She can speak their languages effectively. Which is that hissing, clicking sound that they do. And the gurring and whatnot. And so she that she does that to him. And it's like, what?
The alien just puts its hand on his chest. What'd you say fuck me for?
How dare you? That is our word. So it follows her orders, like it imprints on her. Like that was the whole thing. That was the first person that it saw. It could speak its language, so it kind of follows her and listens to her. That's fine. I was kind of like about it, but at the same time, I'm like, okay,
whatever.
I'll see where they're going with this.
Alien said, "Mama," and you're like,
yeah. And basically, she starts to learn that everyone around her lies to her. Like the people lied to her about her brother being dead, and lied to her about them wiping that one lady, the other child's memories, because she went through such a traumatic event that they were like, it's better to wipe her memory than to have her, continue this. So
oh my goodness, it's the Casca situation. Guts is like, do I really need to remind her of everything that happened? Would that make me a bad person? She's living ignorantly right now, like a potato on this boat that we haven't gotten off in like 100 chapters. Is this okay?
Yeah, that's kind of what
Okay.
it is. Um, uh, and then she gets upset at her brother because he kind of betrays them because they were trying to get off the island, and one of the cyborg children, synthetic children, were killing one of his friends, and so he like tased the shit out of her. And so
Mhm.
she got really pissed off at that. So basically she's like, everyone lies to me. This world is bullshit. The only thing that is actually honest 100% of the time is these
It's
aliens
that
thing.
thing.
Is that thing. Yeah. And they're like, what do you mean? It kills indiscriminately. Like if you let this out, it would kill her. Like that's what her brother says to her. And she's like, no, they're just being honest and truthful, and they blah blah blah, basically child bullshit logic.
Yeah,
There's like truth in
it's
my life. So she gets a god complex, effectively. That's what
mhm,
I'm gonna call it. It's not really a god complex, but she's like, where she realizes that like they're super strong and they're all super smart because that's what their bodies are built to be super strong,
mhm.
and they're super smart because they have computer brains, and like they can just upload information into their minds and they know it instantly, so they're super smart.
I know kung
um
fu. Yeah.
yeah, I know, basically, yeah, she um
There's no original ideas.
no, 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 it's all Colin Rider. um so she doesn't side with the aliens so much as like she's using it as her enforcer. And so she takes over the island effectively.
Mhm,
She has the alien kill all the guards. Um she puts the boy genius, who's the main, bad
mhm,
guy, into a cell. She puts both of the cyborgs in there. Well, I guess the other one's not he's a synthetic. He's not a cyborg. And the lady therapist, she puts him in the cage too. So basically, at the end of it is they've killed everyone on the island. They've taken it over. They've captured all of these people and put them in a cage.
mhm.
And now she has this alien pet, and they're like, yeah, we're blah blah blah. I forget what the line she says that ends that season. But basically, the cyborg like warns her like, hey, Utani's coming because they cut off this island from any possible transmission, so it can't like call out for help. So you're
Mhm.
just sitting ducks. And like, so the end is her like saying like bring it on, or not like to that extent, but like basically that, like. And then it zooms out and it's got two aliens like on like running around the cage. And then it zooms out even further, and it's all of these like Wayland Yutani ships flying towards the island. And then like the end credit scene is the eyeball monster had escaped and like found some dead guy's body on the beach and like ripped its eye out and starts taking it over. Um so yeah, so that's how the series ends.
And
And
then the eyeball monster in the dead guy's body looks at the camera and says, "We are the Earth,
we are
alien."
there.
Brr, brr, brr. Yeah, that sounds like it would end on a note that was kind of
Like that,
meh,
yeah.
to say the least.
Yeah. I don't know, her getting this like, oh, the aliens are obviously better while it's ripping everyone to pieces. It's like, I don't know. It did really sit well with me. I was really enjoying the series up until like the final episode, and then I was like, God damn it.
And then it just fell apart in your it literally fucking Mr. Stark, I don't feel so
Feels
good.
so
And you're
good.
like, alien Earth? No! It turns to ashes in your hands.
I was thinking of that scene from Prometheus where she's running straight and it's like, no, bad ending, bad ending. Run to your left. Just to your left, please. Just slightly to your left. Bam!
That way. That way. Oh, the smartest people in this world are just crushed by literal. What are you gonna do? It's fine. Whatever. We watched. This was a few weeks ago. We watched the Constantine animated movie, right?
Yeah.
Had fun with it. It was good overall. decided to watch the Wonder Woman Bloodlines animated movie. This is essentially just a Wonder Woman origin story all over again. I think this might have come out around the time the New 52 started. So this is essentially just Wonder Woman's origin with what's the blonde dude's name again? It's not Steve.
Remember his name? I thought it was Steve.
Is it Steve? It might be. I need a real Wonder Woman fan to be like, no, clearly it's this guy. Anyways, the guy that she like,
Steve,
what's his name?
Steve Trevor.
Steve Trevor. Okay, yeah, I was right. Never mind. I should never question myself again. What am I thinking? I loved comics in the past. We have to talk about them nowadays. They've kind of gotten awful. But anyways, overall, this was fun. It was a little bit by the numbers. It was still enjoyable though, and essentially it boils down to Diana coming to man's world and living with Steve's family and Steve's angsty little sister, who ends up being like, "Oh, Diana's capturing my mom's affection. I'm gonna be angsty," and she ends up joining the bad people. And then it comes down to this really epic fight at the end where Wonder Woman comes back home and has to fight Medusa on a beach, who is turning Amazons to stone, and she's like, "All right, fine," cuts her eyes and fights blind. It's so endearing. It's just like one of those like moments where like you're just kind of like, yeah, she's going for it, you know? And like even her mom's like, no, she's doing, like, we're estranged, but like she's an Amazon right now. Like, it's one of those moments, it just, it's that one scene in the live action Wonder Woman movie where Wonder Woman is like, coming out of the trench with her shield up, like deflecting the bullets and walking into fire. And you're just kind of like, it fills your chest up with that feel good thing that like only comics can do. Like the rest of the movie's trash, right?
Right.
But that one scene in that live action movie was like, damn, they got me.
I'm hooked.
Like Gal Gadot or whatever can't talk her way out of a paper bag, but that scene, money.
It was a good scene. I do remember. That's interesting. It's like that's like the one scene that I can clearly like picture in my head from that movie.
It has so much heart, and it encapsulates that character to such a degree. Let me stop. Hold me back, Meshi.
I'm reaching across the table, but it's a little far.
Comics needs to mean something.
Can I? Talking about this Wonder Woman movie, or the animated movie, that scene where she turns gigantic in that fucking warehouse, and then the next scene is just her getting punched in the chin and then popping out of the roof. Is so fucking funny to me.
It's great. It's like I am bigger now.
Oh shit! No, I just had to mention it.
Yeah, so overall, like it wasn't great, but it was like I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. If you like Wonder Woman, I feel like it's a good old time. I enjoyed it for what it was. Speaking of 7s out of 10s and cool things, Meshi, you watched a movie that we reacted to the trailer to episodes ago.
Man, I wanted to really, really like this movie. Like,
what is it, Meshi?
This movie, sorry, I forgot. This movie is Deathstalker, which is like,
I'm gonna cut you off right there.
Yeah.
This looks awesome. This should be rad. This is Kamen Rider. How did it fail?
So obviously it's I don't know if it was like in the past. Oh yeah, there's Deathstalker too. So there's a several movies in the past. They're like 1980s movies. This movie is like a homage to it, or maybe like a sequel or something. I'm not 100% sure. It was very confusing. Plus I haven't seen the past one, so I'm like, yeah. This movie has so much heart in it. Like, I can tell someone put so much love into this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all of the effects are practical. Like, they use stop motion to like grow vines into someone's like chest. It like there's so much heart to it. The costumes in some cases aren't that great.
But that can make them amazing though.
Yeah. Um, but I think this movie suffers from pacing.
Pacing issues.
Like
No.
it's
That big dumb sword is amazing. Is that 4 swords stapled together?
yes. Like there's so much heart in this movie that you want to like it. And it just plays like cheesy like 80s
Metal?
action movie stuff
Oh,
all the
okay.
entire movie. Um, but it's so slow and so slow paced, and it's just like things just drag on over and over and over again. And like the fights are okay, but they're not great. Like it's just like it's a dredge.
Was
Like
it
unless
the
you
longest hour and 45 minutes you've ever seen?
yeah. Yes, it was. I really wanted to like this movie. I could tell this was a love letter to somebody or like something.
Wait, was it a
But
love letter to like the old Hercules and Xena Warrior Princess and like that kind of show
well,
or
I'm
something
well.
else?
There were past '80s movies called like Deathstalker, Deathstalker
Uh-huh.
2. Um, so it's just kind of like going off of that stuff, which I
Oh, okay.
guess is probably influenced something. I don't know when Hercules and Xena officially came out. But I'm sure that who this movie was made for, like if they were alive watching those movies in the past, probably were like, this movie's awesome. Perfect. For someone that's like, I know what you're trying to do, but I've never seen the source material, it's painful. It's a painful watch. And Patton Oswalt is in it, and he plays a fucking midget goblin like sorcerer thing
Oh, we saw him in the
who's just
trailer. Yeah.
cracking jokes the entire time,
Chewing it up
chewing it up. He's great. He cannot carry this movie alone
on his tiny little shoulders.
on his
Bless his
tiny
heart.
little legs.
As much as he tried.
Yeah. So I got it. It's like it's an 8 in somebody's book. It's like a 5 for me. And it's a painful 5. Like I want to like this movie. I can't. It's so hard.
That's painful, man. That's hard to hear. Is that all you have to say about it?
Yeah. That's all I got.
Okay. So here on the podcast, I waxed on poetically about the Demon Slayer movie and getting to see that in theaters. I saw the Chainsaw Man movie, the Reze arc, glowing about it. So JJK had a movie come out before the new season drops. So I went today to go see it. Let me get this stuff out of the way first. I tried a new theater. Mixing it up. This theater that I went to had chairside service
Oh,
for food.
fancy.
I will never go to a movie and watch it there ever again.
Ooh.
People constantly getting food and having usher people walk into the movie theater and listening to people munch on nachos for literally an hour and 40 minutes straight. Like, how are you not finished with your food yet? I go to a movie theater and I want to sit there and I want to forget that I have a body. Like, I want to be so engrossed in the media and just like take it in.
That makes sense. Yeah, I get that. I 100% get that.
So the chairs were comfy. The constant munching was just like it didn't take away from what the movie was necessarily. The movie going experience was just bad in that way. That's just like, yeah, it just if anyone can hear me out there, if you're going to a movie theater, put your phone away. The brightness of your phone, the nits are too high. All right. Even if you're like, well, I'm just gonna like hover over my phone. No, you're lighting up the room and it's distracting.
Preach, preach.
It's one of those things where, like, I don't know. Am I just considerate in that way of like, go piss before the movie starts? What the fuck are you doing leaving twice in a movie? If you have IBS, watch the movie at home.
This 48-ounce drink is not going to refill itself.
Oh my God, bro. Like, it's one of these things where every other time I've gone, there's been like 3 people in these movies. I'm like, oh, thank God anime's not that popular and people stopped going to movies because of COVID. Thank God. And then this was the first one. I was like, why are all these people here? And why are they getting this platter of nachos being brought to them halfway through the movie to fucking just like,
Excuse me,
fuck!
miss. You forgot my charcuterie board and knife.
Oh man, it was kind of it was one of those things I just had to get off my chest. So, anyways, to the movie. All right, I have never speed ran Heartbreak so fast in my life. This movie starts out with blitzing through the Shibuya incident. You're watching characters fucking fight and die, and you're speed running through the story and the highlights, and it's all of the sadness all up front. And that's like the first like 30 to 45 minutes of this movie. It's kind of an emotional roller coaster of here, let's Yuji's pain, let's put it all in this preface, right?
Right.
If you have not seen JJK, watching this will be awful for you. Do not watch. This is what bad compilation anime is like, because you will be completely lost as it's speed running through the culmination of the entire second season. Names are getting tossed out. No one's being mentioned who's what and where and how. This has been the least friendly thing to go. Now, it was nice for me to get to watch the Sukuna and whatever the big spirit thing,
Maharaga
the
or something,
Fujimura,
whatever he's
yeah,
called.
getting to see him getting summoned was cool. I got to see Toji for like a minute, maybe. Amazing. I got to see Maki for like a total of 30 seconds.
Is that all she is in that movie? That entire movie?
No. So, okay.
Oh, and the Shibuya incident part of it. Gotcha.
Yeah, the Shibuya incident. She pops on screen and gets lit on fire. And I was like, my love!
I'll save you!
And then,
Can I get a refill?
I'll kill you! You go through Nanami, his final moments, and you're like, fucking god damn it. I already got spoiled on Nobara, so that doesn't hit as hard as you would think it would. But it immediately rolled right into that. I will say it was kind of strange hearing Toto not say brusha and besta friendo, hearing him say brother. Like just straight English was kind of weird because I watched this with the English dub.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so hearing him not say brusha was kind of, different to me. It didn't really take away from it. You don't get to see his moment that you made, the wonderful
yeah.
short that you made or little thing that you made for us. Pause for comment because actually I'm just gonna play it right now. Is what I'm gonna do. On there, display capture. Here, so you can watch along as well. I don't want to leave you out, Meshi.
Oh, thank you.
Meshi's magnum opus. Meshi, you outdid yourself. That's all I have to say. Absolutely fantastic. So that part was not in the movie. They kind of sped through it just immediately to the slap into the Black Flash. That's how fast it was going. It really just only the highlights and cut all the fat because they were speed running the Shibuya incident. And then you essentially get the preamble to the culling game, and then the credits go. Like, they get to the room, the white room, and then it's just like, all right, credits. And you're like, oh. Like, I'm excited, but watching this on its own must be kind of because you're kind of in this thing where, like, you kind of see Yuta and Yuji fight a little bit, or more like Yuji running for his life. Yeah. So I'm happy that I saw it, but I couldn't recommend this. Be like, oh, should I start with this if I'm slightly interested? Like, oh my god, I saw Gojo and I need to see this show. Don't start here. Start at the beginning.
Yeah, start from the beginning.
Yeah, you'll get more of Gojo because things. So overall, I'm glad that I saw it and got to see some of the animation on the big screen. But I don't know if any of this was really exclusive to this movie, or this is all going to be in the anime coming out.
There'll at least be an episode recap where they go over the movie.
Yeah, if that's not already in the anime, or in the show, because I don't know if this the culling game, like the execution side of things, where Yuta's going to execute Yuji, I don't know if that's in the show or not. So we'll see. Okay, so to get to the point of Maki, so you get here, you get to see her set on fire. She shows up at the end, and they're like, "Yeah, I saved her," and she says like one cocky line, and is just there being cool. And so I got to see her, but that was it. So she got maybe a minute of screen time at the most. She's got to be really cool, though. I already know it's got to be awesome.
Eventually.
I just have to wait. It was just one of those things for like, I got a taste. I just imagined the POV of the guy who was sitting next to me when she popped on screen. I was like, so overall, besides the movie going experience, it was fun watching it. I feel bad for anybody who like went to go, like, I want to watch an anime the movie and went to go see this, because I don't think this was friendly at all to anybody who's not familiar with what's going on. So I'm sorry if you have a weeb, a significant other. I'm so sorry if you got dragged to this and you said, "Huh." I understand your pain.
Why did that one get set on fire?
You mean that's the same one at the end with a different hair color and look different with a different out? You mean that was the same person? They never said their name. Did they say their name the first time?
Honey, is that the same person? By the way, tell the waiter I didn't get my nachos. Is that the same person?
And that was the other thing. It was so the spoilers, if you care, it's not that big of a deal. And so the most confusing part of JJK is when Yuji's fighting the blood guy, right?
Yeah.
And he's in the bathroom, and they're having that epic fight in the bathroom. Where just imagine the absolute worst case scenario for a school fight in a bathroom, as you're cracking each other's heads on urinals happening with cursed powers. And then he starts freaking the fuck out. And you're like, why is he doing this? And why is he like calling him his brother? This is weird. I don't understand what's happening. Right?
Right.
Because it never gets explained. It's very strange. And it's like, why is he so hell-bent and calling Yuji's brother and fighting so hard on his behalf from this weird freak out moment? You know what happens, right, Meshi?
Yeah.
So the POV of Yuji as a baby blinking his eyes and seeing his mom and seeing her forehead and imagining, wait, that thing took over Yuji's mom's body and had sex with his dad.
Yep.
It was like, wait a minute. Whoa! It was kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. And it was kind of subtle the way they did it. Was just kind of like ellipsy, ellipsy, ellipsy. Wait a minute. Because they just did like a quick little scene of like POV of baby Yuji blinking and looking up at his dad and looking at his grandpa, and then you see the mom, and then it cuts away, and I was like, wait a minute. No. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about this movie. I liked it. I can't say that it's good though. I think because I liked it just because I like JJK. Oh, and then watching Old Man Zenon's youngest son beat the shit out of people was pretty cool. Because he's got the same like 24 frames ability that the old man did. So it was pretty cool watching him do stuff and then get outplayed.
So I was about to say, so you actually got to see the ability for more than like a few seconds.
Yeah, he used it multiple times. And then he briefly mentioned it as he was fighting. I can't retain the blood guy's name. But I digress. They had a pretty fun fight. And it explained Yuta a little bit more, which was nice because you only get so much of him from that movie. Kind of explaining why he is as powerful as he is. You get a little explanation on that, which was nice. Finally, you're like, oh, that's what it is. Which is pretty good. I mean, we had fun watching, like, was it JJK Zero or whatever? That was a pretty fun movie.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it.
That was way more digestible than this, which was let's speed run Heartbreak, and then we'll get into the hors d'oeuvres. What do you call them?
Hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah, those things. The appetizers. No main course though. You wait for that, and you're like, okay, fine. I guess let's just hop into the last thing that we watched, which was a little movie called Dinner for Schmucks with National Treasure Paul Rudd.
Love me some Paul Rudd.
Oh, everything he touches turns to gold. He's like, what's that guy asshole's name? Midas? You've got the Midas touch?
Yeah. He's got the Midas touch. Turns his asshole into gold.
Oh, damn. So essentially, the plot of this movie is this guy's trying to move up his law firm. No, his investment firm. I'm sorry. And he has to find a person to make fun of to bring to a dinner, and they all compete to who can bring the person they can make fun of the worst, right? And that's the winner. So he's trying to find a guy, and he ends up hitting Steve Carell with his car, and he taxidermies mice, and he makes little caricatures and little.
Whoa! I'm pretty sure that Steve Carell hit his car.
Oh, how much do you want? $5? Fine, $10,000. I don't have $10,000. This is just a movie carried by these two men. It's necessarily not amazing from whatever, but these guys are just so funny together that it's just an enjoyable watch all the way through. Like Zach Galifianakis here, his best bit was the fake turtleneck thing, right? I don't necessarily felt like his character really was that strong, except for the occasional like, and I release you. um, yeah. So, what did you think of the movie, Beshi?
I enjoyed it. It was a fun movie. I'm surprised how like the whole movie is just a build up to this dinner. I thought this movie was gonna be the dinner, and then just all the shit that kind of these crazy people were gonna do in it. The dinner is just at the end of the movie, so it was quite interesting. But I enjoyed it overall. It was a fun movie. Usually comedy movies sometimes they don't really hold up when they're out of their era of
In their
comedy for
era,
that time. But
yeah.
this worked. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I Steve Carell does a really good idiot,
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah,
what do
he's
they
an
call
idiot,
it? Yeah, it's just an idiot, just an
not self-aware.
ignorant.
He's just
Yeah, spank me. All right, you gotta catch me.
There's just some good fun bits, and it's just fun to watch them. So if you just want to throw on something to giggle at, I highly recommend it just because of National Treasure, Paul Rudd and Steve Carell. Um, I didn't play much, but I'll get this out of the way. Um, so I hit max level in Aeon 2.
Okay,
Um,
congratulations.
oh, thank you. It was very difficult. I just had to play the MSQ. Crazy. Um, so last week I talked about how you had to buy the battle pass or one of the battle passes to use the auction house to list your own goods, but you can still buy stuff, right?
Right.
So they changed it to combat bots. They made it to where you had to buy the battle pass in order to purchase and or list things on on the auction house. So they took away a functionality only to make you have to pay for it even further. But they rolled it into one of the others, so you don't have to purchase both of them to get full access.
They made it worse.
They made it worse, but made it cheaper. And then they gave away a bunch of like you have to pick up these feathers to upgrade your wings that ends up giving you player power. They just gave you a fuck ton based on how much you had already collected. Like I ended up logging in and I got like 300, so I was able to level up my wings a lot just by playing the game a little bit. Um it it just kind of stinks because it started out kind of and fine, and then it's like, oh wait, I gotta buy the McBattle pass to even do anything. Um, and then they kept getting DDoSed. Can people just let video games be? Do you really need to like? Can we just like? Where does these people come with their extra time? What happens, Beshi?
Uh, that's a good question. People get off to just making other people's lives miserable. They're just like, yeah, this is my fucking pastime. Yeah, yeah.
There's
Stick it to them.
lockers that I would love to shove them into because you're inconveniencing me at this point. All right? I don't got a whole lot going for me right now. I just want to enjoy things. And you're stopping me from doing that. Oh, man. But there's still bots out there. They're still doing the stuff. The combat's still fun. Okay, so I had some problems with the ping. I'm having to use a VPN to play the game. Um, the final fight ended up being really enjoyable. I think it was the most fun I've had during a boss fight that wasn't in a dungeon. Um, yeah, overall, like it plays fun. I haven't really delved into, because apparently this game is like very pay to win at the end, where you can get a lot of player power and basically become unkillable. So they say. I haven't looked at any of myself. Um, but I'm kind of more interested just to play the dungeons and do that kind of stuff. I don't know what the end game for this really looks like at this point. Um, but I'm gonna be playing more of it. Now that I feel better, we're gonna hop back in and I'm gonna see what the end game has to offer and what it looks like. Um, I'm really curious how this game's gonna get like released in the West for us. If it's gonna go through Amazon again, like Throne and Liberty did, or if it's gonna take another route to get here, or who's gonna publish it. But I'm guessing it's probably gonna be Amazon, so we'll see. Um, I think that's really all I have to say about it. But overall, still, like a 7 out of 10. It's fun to play, but it's not excelling in any regard. Does that make sense? Like, it's just like,
It's not doing
all right.
anything new that makes you go, I will abandon my MMO to play this.
Yes, this
Kinda
game
thing.
is not pulling anybody away from their home game. This is kind of like, if you don't have anything, this is okay. Not
Yeah.
bad. Like the abilities and stuff, it all feels fun. Like when I stab somebody and then slam them back and forth like 5 times, it feels good. When I stagger a boss and then I shred and do 20% more damage, and then I begin to flail, go like, oh, watch it, oh, watch it. It's fun, and the mechanics. I will say the dungeons, like as far as like a group boss fight goes, it's really fun. It's enjoyable. Like that's what you're playing this game for. I feel is to hop into those dungeons and do the mechanics, and fight the bosses and do that kind of stuff. It's enjoyable in that way. It is suffering from what I don't like is when time gets put into developing a dungeon with bosses and different avenues to go through, and the beeline for the absolute fastest path possible that includes skipping things is available, and that's what people automatically just go to. So you're skipping like 4 of the bosses, doing one of the doing one of the bosses and then getting to the end boss rather than doing everything in the dungeon, right? Because like, why would you not want the end rewards? But the fact that it's available for you to essentially skip everything is kind of like, well, why did you put the trash and everything else in this dungeon if it wasn't meant to be done?
Yeah.
That's one thing. Like, I understand for like once you get into like your mythic plussing and that kind of thing. Like, I know you're trying to speed run and you're trying to do that kind of thing. But for like pickup groups, if your dungeon allows you to skip everything, and then it ends up being the inverse of like you're a burden if you don't know the route to take. And then the dungeon scaled from people join. So if you don't follow the route, and like we've had people fall behind us, and then they just leave the dungeon. Well, it's scaled for 4 people. So now we're 3 people having to take longer because this person doesn't know the route and didn't follow us.
Oh shit! So it's not dynamic. It's just once you have 4, it's 4. Oh fuck!
Yeah, it's just a 4 dungeon. So you can do it you could do it and complete it, but it takes longer, and you're like, fuck. And it's all because this person doesn't know, and that's not their fault. They haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
And so it makes for a terrible pugging experience. I would rather a boss blitz where it's like, okay, enter into the room with your party, kill the first boss, kill the second boss, kill the final boss, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to all this dev time going into this really good looking dungeon. This game looks good. People will be like, ugh, phone game. Zoom in on it. I posted screenshots. This game looks good. For anybody who's like, ugh, phone game, they need to check their eyes. It's elaborate, this cool dungeon that's like in this volcano and all this shit's around, and you have to traverse it with your wings to get over to the next platform. It's cool. You're skipping all of it to kill one boss and then get to the end boss and skip all the trash. So it's kind of like, oh, come on. It's one of my pet peeves. It's what I gripe about. Because if the time went into developing and creating the path, why are we skipping it? This isn't like I know you don't know anything about this, Meshi, but Molten Core, the original Vanilla WoW raid, was slapped together. There's really no thought. They just kind of put trash packs, and we're like, we don't have anything, and we need end game. Here's what we have for Molten Core: just kind of linear path with just trash, just put in between. um, yeah. So, anyways, that get me getting off my soapbox. Um, you decided to step up and play a game that I gave up on after like 4 hours. Nothing was grabbing me. You kept playing. How much have you played of Where the Winds Meet, Meshi?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
I'm 82 hours into this game.
Holy shit. It got him. All right, go on.
So, okay. I'm going to flip-flop between good and bad here.
Yeah. Pancake it.
Yeah. I have gripes with this game. It's definitely not perfect.
Flip.
Um,
No, I'm just kidding. Okay, what are you gripe? What grinds your gears?
Well, I'm basically gonna mix it in with the good and the bad, so it doesn't all go to one side. Basically, this fills a certain niche genre for me. Like, I like MMOs. I just don't have the fucking patience or like want to sink that much time in them to like be good at
Mhm.
them.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like Black Desert and whatnot. Like, I
Mhm.
would love to play Black Desert. I do not want to deal with the fucking farming and all the other bullshit of Black Desert.
Which is the
Uh,
game,
which
which
is
is
the
the
game.
farming.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I just like, you know.
Yeah.
But
No, I get it.
I love to like watch your character noticeably see your character like grow in like strength. And you're like,
Mhm.
oh man, I used to take 10 minutes to do this and now I can do it in 2 because like it finally paid off or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So because this game is free, it kind of feels that. And it also feels kind of like this exploration need I have where I'm like, I could go off in any direction and there's stuff over here and it's actually worth it for my character to do.
Yeah.
Um and the game is it's very pretty. Like
Mhm.
some of the places somebody was like I'm trying to think of like a term. Um, they just put a lot of thought into it. They're like, how can I make this place fucking beautiful or like look really cool? Like, there's a lot of that in this game. It's very pretty to look at in some places. Um, uh, so that kind of helps it. Everything benefits your character in some way. So like every item that you pick up boost your power in some way or helps you go down a talent tree in some way. It feels like a game that respects your time that you're putting into it. Like, it's just not making you do arbitrary bullshit to do arbitrary bullshit. um it's like, oh, you spent an hour doing this, I want to make sure that you get stuff and you feel like that hour was worth doing it, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
um and like there's so many goddamn mini games, which isn't bad, because some of them are skippable and then a lot of them are not necessary, but it's just interesting to be like, oh, everything is like a tiny game inside of this game, so it's just kind of like,
Mhm.
okay, like I don't really think it needed to be that, but all right, fine. But they also give you stuff that helps your character and whatever.
So you're like,
um
well, I guess I need to do everything that they threw at the board that all stuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then like so I think not I'll get into combat and all that. I think
Mhm.
my main gripe about this game right now is energy. Um, which you are familiar with in other games, how they use energy.
Mhm.
In this game, they basically like, if you kill a boss, the only way to get his loot is to spend energy. and
Mhm.
you can get 3 times the loot from the boss by spending up to this amount of energy. But it's all random based, so you open a chest and then you like a whole
Mhm.
bunch of gear pops out. And granted, they give you a lot of gear, but it's not like you can be super specific about what you get. Some
Mhm.
of the chests are because you can pick like paths that you go down. Like, oh, this is what I want my build to be. I'm gonna pick this chest. It's almost guaranteed to have at least something in there that is for this path that I'm going down. So
Mhm.
that's nice, but it's still random. Um,
It's all random.
it's random if it's a blue, it's random if it's a purple. Which my colorblind ass has the hardest fucking time trying to figure out if this item is fucking blue or if this item is fucking purple, because those tints are basically the goddamn same to me. So I'm looking at it like, which one did I get a good item? Um,
World's smallest violin playing just for you. Sorry, did it for schmucks. Go on.
um, but the benefit of that is that like, or not the benefit, but like the nice part about it is that you're not looking for like, you don't need a ton of gear. You have 2 weapons, 2
Mhm.
accessories, and then you have armor, which is your head, your chest, your legs, and your hands. That's basically it. Each of those has their own like tier things, which are, I guess they're not really tier. It's more item sets depending on which route you want to go. So it's relatively easy to get the item sets. Um, the difficult part is the stats on the gear, the benefits on the gear is random. So they could be, you can get, even if it's part of your path, like the path that you're going down, like this is the items that I need for
Mhm.
my path. Like, oh, I'm going down a crit path, I need crit, right? Or whatever. Specifically. It's random.
Mhm.
So you could get gear with with attributes on it for other paths, which is really annoying.
Intelligence.
Yeah. Well, not so much intelligence, but but basically in that same boat. And you're like, God
Mhm.
damn it. Fuck. But you can recycle it and then you get like something that helps you level up the gear. But it's annoying because like then you're basically running the boss or running the outpost or running the group content or whatever it is to
Mhm.
get these chests, to get these gear, which might not have the item that you need on it, or it might be blue instead of purple. That kind of thing. Obviously that's the game loop, right?
You know.
But energy is the thing that fucking holds you back. And so you can only do it so many times a day. It's really fucking annoying.
Can you
Like
not life skill or anything to like eat stuff to get energy or?
so there is an item that
Mhm.
you can get to replenish your energy.
Mhm.
Um, but I think it costs money. You get a bunch of them for free.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know if there's another way other than time to get back your energy other than those items.
Okay,
Um,
so it's not readily available to you at the beginning from what you know that you can get yourself, if
yeah.
there is such a thing.
So
Okay.
like as you level, you get more energy. I think the
Mhm.
max right now is like 500 or 550 or whatever. And then so like every 7 days or every 10 days or something like that, it resets to full, automatically resets to full. Every 24 hours, you get like 120 or maybe like 20% of your
Oh,
maximum
so it doesn't
energy.
even fill up all the way. You only get 100 or whatever per day, and then
Yeah. And then you got to choose between the doing the bosses that will get
Mhm.
you stuff. So because like there's different things you need, right? Cuz
Mhm.
you have your ability, you have your armor that you need.
Mhm.
Then you have your chi powers that you need, which is like your secondary, like your magic abilities and stuff like that. Then there's the actually I guess it no, it kind of fits in that category. They're like they're not talents, but they're basically like things that modify your build. I forget what the game calls them, which requires to upgrade them requires things you get out of chests, which you get from doing certain things over a course of the things. But there's way to like compensate it and for that particular one by buying items and scrapping things and trading stuff in, and you get stuff for it. So that part's not so bad. But basically, not every boss or not every like outpost or whatever thing has the specific item that you need. So like the outposts, which get you or that you need to upgrade your chi abilities, doesn't give you like greaves. It says greaves excluded. So then you need, but bosses have greaves. So you either choose between upgrading your chi abilities or you go and do a boss. Granted, you could do a lot of bosses in one day. Well, you could do, I guess you could do about 2, maybe 3 if you're doing like 3, expending a lot of energy to get 3 times the reward from doing it.
Yeah, of course.
So I don't know. It feels it's more. I don't want to say it's more forgiving, but it doesn't feel terrible. But it also is like I just want to gear up my character and I don't know what to do. Like I need more gear because I got kicked in the balls with RNG. And there's some stuff that you can, I think it's every 7 days. There's like 10 chests in the store that refresh, and you can buy those, and those will be gear, and then you can get random stuff again. But you could totally be screwed on RNG. So there's ways to compensate it, but it's just like there's not. I need more energy, goddammit, or a way to replenish it or something. Like I don't want to be. I get why they're gating it behind it, but at the same time, I'm like, God damn you, just let me do this because it's a free to play game. Obviously, all of the stuff that it's pretty much all cosmetics, as far as I can tell, that you're buying, which is great. Love that, which means that the game is basically like I don't have to spend money to actually get my character to be good.
Yeah.
But it means that my goddamn character looks fucking awful. Not really. He
You're
just has
homeless, baby.
Yeah, you just look like you're just a generic outfit kind of guy.
Please, sir, some transmog.
Yeah, just a little transmog for me. Now there's free outfits and stuff, which is fair. And there's ways that you could buy it using this currency, but it takes a lot of fucking days to get this currency to buy an outfit. Or certain bosses have certain cosmetics that they can drop, but it's RNG. You open up their cosmetic chest, and it's like, oh, damn it. But you get a ticket, which if you get enough of them, you can go and buy that outfit that you were looking for. I don't know if all of them are there, but the one I want is. But it takes a lot of time to get these tickets because of the energy cost. So I have to now choose between looking good or getting gear
or transmog.
Yeah, and so I have a better chance of getting good gear because you get a shit ton of gear when you do a boss. It's just all RNG, and there's like 8 weapons or however many weapons there are. Or instead, I could try and get this outfit, which probably has like a 0.2% chance to be in this chest. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I just want my character to look cool. Oh, but I don't want to spend $80 fucking on an outfit. Oh my God.
Yeah, energy systems have never been fun. Time gaining stuff feels awful. The fact that you can't just throw your body at something and be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna sit here and we're just gonna kill this thing over and over again, and I'm just gonna, even if it's for 1 times reward rather than 3 times reward, would be better than no rewards.
Yeah.
But energy systems are literally awful in every regard in every game that they're in. And guess what? They're right there in Aeon too, and that was another thing. Just to bring that, just to shit on that too, equally and fairly. So I bought the battle pass to get auction house access because not being able to buy gear feels awful as you're trying to progress through the story if you don't get your drop from the dungeon, right?
Right.
This has an energy system that you throw into the very end to get loot in the exact same way. If you run out of that currency, you don't get the end loot. So you can only run these dungeons so much. Where was I going with this? Oh, so I could use PayPal because I totally live in Taiwan right now.
Right.
I can use PayPal to buy the pass. I go for the $5 pass to give me access to the auction house. It's a cheaper one. When I went from the game to my browser, it defaulted to the double pass. And I don't know the conversion rate between the two currencies, and I didn't notice that. I assumed since I clicked $5 pass and it defaulted over here, I was like, okay, so it's giving me the $5. I bought the double pass, which is both sides, which is kind of scummy.
That is really how much was the double pass?
It was like 15 or 20 or something.
Oh damn it.
So that kind of stunk. But guess what that ended up doing for me, Meshi?
Getting you energy?
I could spend even more at the end to get more times the loot, and I got more money. I got like probably 2 or 3 times the amount of gold per run with that pass.
Damn.
Which is, it's rough. It's like I got 200,000. Huh. They took $15 or $20 away from me and I got 400,000. Oh. Huh. So it's one of those things where it's like the pay to progress is really there. So it's interesting here, like, oh, we have the energy system in this game. It just stops me from playing. Or progressing, I should say. This one's like the pass and the energy's here, but you will make leaps and bounds of progress more. But it's just something. Anyways, go on with your point or your
I will say there are other things to do
Mhm.
beyond the bosses and stuff. So there's like a lot of stuff. There's like a secondary talent tree that is just you go out into the world and you collect stuff, and that gets you it's really quick to do. It pops up on the mini map. You go, it's real quick. And that builds up this talent tree which unlocks things that make your character a lot better. More
Mhm.
health, more damage. Gives you that, you saw the video of it, that spear thing where you fly through the air, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um Not as useful as you think it is. Like it kind of
Oh,
is. It kind of more looks cool,
fair enough.
but I don't know when to use it, if that makes sense. Like there's so many fast travel points and everything is like kind of close that it's like I don't really know when to use it. I've used it a few times,
Mhm.
mostly twice on accident, and the other 2 times I meant to. Like I didn't know I unlocked it and I didn't know how to activate it, and suddenly I just was like running and then flew up into the air and started doing all this bullshit. I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? um so like the it's kind of nice because it gives me a stopping point with the energy, because I'm like, okay, I'm not just gonna sit here all day and do this. Like
I
I'm
can
gonna
put
go
the
do
gun
other things.
down.
I can put the gun down.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, oh, so I don't like it, and I'm okay with it because it doesn't feel that bad. Like I don't have, other than the outfit, I have no desire to really spend money. Like I don't feel like I have to spend money. It would just be like a, you know what, I feel like throwing $5 their way kind of thing, rather than being like,
Yeah.
well, if I give them $5, I could double the amount of money I get, and I can talk to people. I could I could interact with the game. um, but yeah, so like, because I'm using, this is good. We watch, I watch Blue play this game.
Mhm.
Um, and I was sitting there, I was like, my God, like, why is his health so low? Why does he have no endurance? What the hell's going on? And I realized he wasn't doing all the side shit that I was doing. He was focusing on bosses that whole time.
Mhm.
finding the new ones and doing, because he was doing legendary, so he was trying to like kill them all.
Yeah, get all
Uh,
his sigils
yeah.
or whatever, those marks. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it makes for
And I-
funny content watching him rage out.
oh man.
His editors have been doing really funny stuff with his boss runs. If you haven't seen his videos,
Oh,
they're
I
really
fucking have,
funny.
yeah. I love how it's called Where Bald Men Meet. The last comment on Where Bald Men
Both
Meet.
mid meat. It's a pretty good bit.
It's a very good bit. And then I was like, oh, he's not doing this thing. That makes a lot of sense. And then he eventually did. Obviously, I think, you know, he was just running around and doing it several weeks ago. I forget how long it was.
Mhm.
But I was like, I could see the difference from his character that had done nothing to my character that had done all of this side shit. And I was like, oh,
Oh,
I
a
can sprint.
traveled, cultured man of
Yeah.
chi compared to this bald buffoon.
Because this talent gives you like more endurance, so you can dodge more, you can sprint longer, that
Mhm.
kind of stuff. So it's worth doing. It's just kind of interesting. You can see the clear power difference of someone that doesn't and does. Okay.
Talk to me about this combat, Meshi.
Yeah, so the combat in this game. Okay. The love-hate relationship with this combat in this game.
Do you need some BC powder? You
Yeah.
okay?
From like
Get my Diet Dr. Pepper. Get my Diet Dr. Pepper. I'm sorry, go on.
when this combat, when you get into a flow that like everything is just working out in your favor, it's fun. It's like, oh cool, like I'm learning to parry. I parried like 8 people in a row and fucking kicked them in the dick and they're falling over and now I'm just whatever. Or like parrying the bosses and all that fun stuff. Like this game is basically built for you to fight bosses and then there's mobs along the way that you fight. But this game is very clearly like, this is meant to be like a one-on-one between you and this boss. And that's very clear in how the targeting works with the camera, because to switch targets when you're locked on is to move the damn mouse left and right, which will switch the target. And for me, who is used to action adventure games or whatever, you want to call it, other MMOs, when you move the mouse, it moves the camera. And why would I want to move the camera? Well, because when I dive into this pack of mobs, there's usually 4 fucking range dudes in the back that are all going to start shooting at me. And so I need to be able to see what is happening around me, but I can't because I'm target locked on the thing I want to kill. And if I touch my goddamn mouse, it's going to switch target. My guy's going to fly off in the goddamn direction that I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna like ruin the flow, and then I'm gonna get his shot. I don't know why it took me so long to realize this, but like they do have indicators when you're about to get shot by an arrow, which is nice. It's like when this blinks, hit the parry button. Okay, that made it a lot better when I figured that out. But it's so fucking annoying to not be able to move the camera in the way that I need it to, and to be like, if I like touch this, because attacking is left mouse button, right? To block is right mouse button. So your hand is obviously on the mouse, and you're like, you fucking don't move. I swear to God, if you move, hand, we are screwed.
Achoo! You killed me!
You killed me!
Ah!
And there's no way to turn that off.
That sucks.
I've looked through all of the settings like 8 times, just being like, can I macro switch target to a button in some way? No, you can't. So it feels like the targeting is basically meant for you just locking on the boss and then kind of doing that. It definitely could improve the targeting in some way. Also, when you move the camera, it's weird. Like, it just feels weird when you move the camera. Like, I'm used to it now, but like when I started doing it in combat and moving the camera, it does some weird shit. I can't even describe it. You just, when you look at it, you're like, something weird going on with this camera right now. And maybe it's just the way it like flows. It just feels weird. But we're talking about mob combat. So obviously, when you get to a point, because the mobs
Mhm.
kind of level with you to a point. Or no, I guess they are stationary at whatever break point you are in the level.
Yeah.
So they may always be like 2 levels above where the break point is of that week. Um, so when you get stronger, you obviously wipe them out. But when you're first starting out, you obviously don't have a lot of gear, so you're not killing them fast. So you have to go through quite a bit of whatever. So when you dive into a bunch of mobs, you're hit with, usually there's at least one range guy, maybe two. There's one really strong guy who might have a shield or might be just durable, and then maybe like either two bruisers who just have a little bit of health but hit really hard, and then like some soldier guy that's like, I'm here to help, and then he fucking goes down like a sack of potatoes when you hit him.
Clink, clink, clink. Ah!
Oh god, he stabbed me. This game, I have a love-hate relationship with this game.
Really? Let it out.
When you are in the middle of mobs, like, and not even that many, like 3 or 4,
Mm-hmm.
your moves are very flashy. Obviously, it's to make you look like you're very cool, right? Great,
Mm-hmm.
perfect. But they hide most of the time the enemy animation for basic attacks. Now, when it's a big attack like a red one, that's very clear that it's happening. Makes a sound, blinking. But a regular guy doesn't have that. So you're more than likely going to get kicked or slightly stabbed or whatever while you're doing all your flashy moves because you can't see. And he might have
Yep.
like a really quick kick that's like, pow, and you're like, ah, fuck, 500 damage in my calf.
Shit!
I'm
You're doing this crouching tiger, hidden dragon sway-up thing in there, like judo chop, judo chop, judo chop. And that's 3 guys around you all going judo chop, and you're like, ah, ah.
So that's really annoying because
Oh, yeah.
it's either going
The
to
worst.
you're either going to eat it, which is
Mhm.
fine usually, or it's going to interrupt your move. I don't remember if it interrupts your move or it just reduces your chi. I can't remember. But it's really annoying to jump into a bunch of mobs and do your moves, and then you get like hit for this regular attack because you couldn't tell it was happening. So that what ends up happening is either you play as in, I know I'm going to get hit. It's fine. I'm just going to burn through them all. Or you're like, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to do move, and then I'm just going to sit there and I'm just going to parry until they get knocked out, and then I'm going to do my combo. I'm going to be allowed to do my combo, and then I'm going to hit F, and it's going to kill him.
Finish him! Yeah.
So, and sometimes it's hard to tell when your move is going to stagger them.
Yeah, with the poise break, you're kind of like, is this big thing gonna hit them? And meanwhile, like you do this big move, and they just kind of eat it to the face, and they're just like judo chop, as you've like, rah! And this, you just see the number, and they're like judo chop. You're like, stagger.
And just to be clear, I don't mean like when you chi break them and then they crumple on the ground and then you can do a combo. Like,
You just talking about regular big hits, stopping them from like you're used to like action games where like you do a hit and the enemy's like, ow, and then you can do like a follow-up thing. You don't know when that's gonna happen, so you might do a move or like throw yourself into them and they just eat it and they're just like, and you're like, why'd you hit me? I thought it was cool.
Yeah, exactly. And I seeing it from both sides, I kind of get it, because if it wasn't in there, then the enemies would just never have a chance. Because your moves are so like everywhere.
Yeah.
And there's ways around it, like chi abilities and stuff like that. There's big AoE ones and whatever. And, eventually when you get gear, you kind of just wipe them out anyway. Or you start playing the parry strat where you're just like, okay, dive in there, parry, whack, whack, whack.
It's the equivalent of running into combat and you're like, I know Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and you lay on your back and you're like, come at me. And the guys are like, what? And you're like, I'm waiting.
No, wait. You haven't seen Baki, have you? The new one on
No.
Netflix?
No.
What's
saw-
the ogre guy's name? His father. I can't remember his goddamn father's name.
I know you're talking about though.
Yeah, he basically does that. He's like
That's really funny.
he's fighting Muhammad Ali in like a
Uh-huh.
flashback, and he's like, "Wow, you're pretty good at boxing," which he calls Muhammad Ali Kimbo. And so he goes to
Yujiro.
fight
I'm
him,
sorry.
and then he just lays on the ground. He's like, "This is the fighting style. Let's see if you could defeat it." And he's just like looking at it, and then it explains, it goes into the Baki flat, whatever backstory.
Mhm.
It explains what the fighting style is about laying on your back and how it's not actually like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a negative for you, because from here you could do all these different moves or whatever. And he's just laying on the ground, and Muhammad Ali's like, I don't know what the fuck to do.
I fry from the waist up. He's below my waist.
And then sorry, spoilers, but it's really funny. So then it goes to the future,
Mhm.
and Muhammad Ali Jr. is there fighting him,
I've seen the
and he
flick.
does the same thing. He gets on the floor. And he's
Oh,
like,
okay.
"Your father
Uh-huh.
even couldn't defeat this technique," and he just looks
Uh-huh.
at him, and he's like, "Okay," and he leaves the room, and he just leaves
All right.
the fight, and he just gets so pissed. He's like, "What?"
You didn't even try. That's pretty good.
Sorry. But to get back, so like the game makes it feel like it's not built for fighting mob with its
Yeah.
combat, just because of that little thing there.
Mhm.
But when you're fighting one-on-one, it's great. It's fun to parry. The boss fights are great. Most of them are super unique.
Yeah.
I can't tell you the amount of times I've accidentally walked or fell into a hole and walked down a tunnel, and then it just turned out to be a fucking cinematic goddamn boss fight accidentally. I didn't even know
You're
it was
like,
here.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, like I stubbed my toe, fell down like 6 flights of stairs, and like the boss was like, "Oh, so you finally arrived." I'm like, "Ow, my back!"
Is it your back?
Is it your- So there's a lot of that. It's really like, obviously I don't know how long this game has been out in China,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of content that they have made for it, because it's probably been out for a while over there. So they have a
Yeah.
lot to over here. So when I get my hands on it, I'm like, wow, there's a lot of shit. But obviously looking at it, like, they've had it for a long time.
Well, this one's not even up to date. There's still content that we haven't gotten here in the West.
Yeah,
release.
and to be honest, I'm kind of glad that they're releasing it really slowly,
Because there's
because
so much.
there's so much. If they like released it all at once, I'd be like, you know what, this is too much. I'm just gonna leave. It would be so overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
Because it's not overwhelming right now, but I wouldn't do it again. I wouldn't start a fresh character and try this all over again. Fuck no. It's,
Mhm.
but one-on-one, when you're fighting a boss, it's great. That's what's keeping me entertained. Like, I'm not playing it as an MMO. I'm playing it as like a single player action game that, if I wanted to, has MMO aspects, which is great for me, because the worst part of an MMO is playing with random people, which sounds terrible, but like,
No,
I like.
Meshi, you're right. It's when you get to group content that require. I mean, it's the thing I previously described of like sometimes you get just bad apples that make experiences literally awful, and it's just because it's random and you have no actual way of like truly communicating with this person in an effective quickly manner. I'm sorry, but hitting enter and typing out a sentence and having to communicate that way, and then hit enter, and then have your person look away from all the bullshit happening on the screen down to a text box, read the sentence to then internalize it and understand what that other person is saying. There's too much time that's gone by.
Yeah.
On a pickup group thing happening, it's never going to happen. There's a reason no one talks in pugs. There's too much going on for that to be the way to communicate, and for for multiplayer stuff in that regard, it's like I can't directly communicate with this person I'll never meet again. Sometimes it could be awful.
No, I completely understand. Like that's basically it. Like I love that I can do everything that would be multiplayer minus
Mm,
like one or two things that isn't hindering me in any way. Single player.
mm.
And then if I wanted to, like if I had, this is where I would invite my friends if I had any.
So
It,
have you done any of the group content with people?
okay, I'm gonna get to that.
Okay, okay.
So, speak. So that's like a big highlight. So I don't have to do pug stuff because pugs are usually awful, and I just kind of want to play with my friends. And if I just play with random people, like I'm just like I don't really care.
Yeah.
And plus, if you make a mistake, it's like, oh, are they yelling at me because I accidentally did it? But like I didn't know what was going on. It was an accident. Stop yelling at me. Um,
Yeah.
so you can. So the big group boss fights,
Mhm.
you can queue up with NPCs that will do the mechanics for you, and the trade-off is that you just don't get as many boxes as you would if you did it with other people, which is great. I
Okay.
still get something. It's not the best I could do, but whatever. The
Mhm.
NPCs are they, I don't know what they did, but they nailed it. They're great. They will go out of their way to heal you. They'll tank the boss. They'll pull him to where he needs to be and like not point him at the group. When ads spawn that you need to kill, those fucking DPS break off into groups to go fight the other mobs on each end. Like there's specific ones
And
that
you being an old wrath ranger, like, it's beautiful.
it's beautiful. And because they're NPCs, they know the mechanic is coming, so they're like, okay, break off now. And they'll be there before they fucking spawn. And and the healer will like run to, I don't know how the fan works, but that's basically what the
Yeah.
NPC uses to heal. But he'll run
Mhm.
to you and he'll start splashing you with the fan and be like, great, you're good. And then run off to the fucking other guy and be like, heal, 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 heal. Um, they'll they'll be like mass parry mechanics where you're like everyone has to parry this move
Mhm.
in order to really weaken the boss. They'll immediately stop what they're doing and go into this bubble and be like, come on pal, you have to get in here too. And then they'll group parry all at the same time and the boss will continue. And it's like, why would I ever play with a pug when these guys are so much better? The only downside I've had with the NPCs is that
Uh-huh.
outside of killing the mobs, they don't seem to do really noticeable damage.
Yeah.
Um,
They
so
do the mechanics, but they're not really burning the boss down as quickly as it could be. But it's low and slow and effective.
yeah. So it is a good trade-off. Um, Now, granted, I haven't done that with groups yet,
Yeah.
mostly because I'm like, do I really want the stress of fucking up the mechanics? Because the game isn't built for well, it doesn't feel like I shouldn't say it's not built for it. It doesn't, in my opinion, in my experience of doing it with these NPCs, it's not made for 5 people to be fighting this boss.
Yeah.
um because every other boss fight is singular, it's one-on-one, and when they do 5 people, they make the boss bigger in size so that there's whatever, and it's hard to tell when he's going to hit you. Like I had one boss who would do like a circular attack motion that would go up around his back and then would come down at a diagonal, and he would spin
Mhm.
like that. Half the time when you're standing on his back, where it goes over your head, half the time it hits you, and the other half no, and the other half it would just miss you completely. So you're interrupting your own attack flow to try and parry this move, and then it doesn't even hit you in the first place. And then you're like, okay, I don't have to parry that move, and then it'll come back again and smack you in the head, and you're like, fuck! I
I
just
know
got one. I just it.
Oh.
And like you have to get to like specific points, but the camera's like, you're not getting off of this boss. You're focused on me. Like, no, I need fuck you. Target the boss for me real quick. I've died so many times to fucking mechanics where I'm like, I need to run, and the boss is like, no, you're focused on me. I'm like, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off, so I can run. And then like your guy's like, I'm just gonna backpedal. Here we go. And you
No,
fucking get
I
hit by
need
something.
to run.
So it doesn't like it works, but it doesn't feel great to do it in a group. Uh, where like something like WoW, it's obvious that the thing was built with these big old groups in mind,
Mm-hmm.
mostly because like you don't have to actively parry it yourself. The boss is going to just stay on the tank and then do its thing, and you kind of it's very predictable. And this is just kind of like 5 people flailing at it. And the boss is like, well, every once in a while I'm going to do an AoE move, and I hope you're ready for it. Woo!
Whee!
So I'm kind of very hesitant to do it in pugs because I don't want to be the guy, because you only get 5 lives. I don't want to be the. I
Oh.
know at the moment I do it in an actual pug, I'm gonna be the guy that fucking dies every fucking goddamn time. And I'm like, I can't do that to people. I won't do it to people I don't know. I won't waste their time to do this.
But
Um,
at least it's cool running it with the NPCs to understand the phases, so you're not seeing it for the first time. So you could kind of essentially learn the fight before you did it with people.
yeah.
That is nice
Um,
in terms of being able to see the stuff before you're forced to do it with people.
and you can invite other people to your bot group, and then it will just fill up the bots in the spots that are missing. So
Okay, so you don't even have to
good.
have a full group. You can just be like, Jimmy is coming off the bench to fill up the healer spot because we need somebody, and he's like, bot reporting for duty. I'll be better than anybody else you'll play with.
Exactly. Now there you can have people fight you in like I'm gonna call them raid bosses because they're basically raid bosses. You could bring them to like the regular bosses that are out in the world that you fight
Yeah.
kind of one-on-one with you. I haven't done that yet. So I can't speak on whether that feels better in sort of a multiplayer spot. I feel like it would. Um where because the boss is probably gonna focus on one person and that person can focus on parrying and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I feel like that would make it feel a lot better. Okay. Group stuff. I can't speak a lot to it. There was an event that was
Mhm.
basically like a social event. A big ship pops up. It's a world event. I got a notification for it. It happens every like 48 hours or something like that. I don't know the exact time. But it pops up and it says, "Don't miss this. It's blah 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 blah, this grand ship." I was like, "Perfect." Um Actually, before I get to that, speaking to your communication part, when you join a
Huh.
group, like for that, there's an option to join a voice chat channel. They have built-in voice chat, and it's really good. Um, and I'll tell you why I know it's really good. I had to, and that's my segue. So this ship, I was reading the event, and I was doing anything for items,
Yeah.
that helps your character. Has a lot of items. I was like, perfect. I'll do that. So I click on it to read about it, basically like because everything that I've clicked on, it brings up a synopsis of it, and I'm like, okay, this is what I got to do for this event. Perfect, I'm going in. I
Mhm.
click on it to get the whatever, and the screen goes black. I'm
You're
like, what the fuck
like,
happened? It
where's?
it warped me to multiplayer. Apparently, it's a multiplayer only event. It
Uh-huh.
put me on the ship instantly, which was halfway across the goddamn play area. I wasn't
Uh-huh.
even anywhere near it. It put me on a ship with like 50 to 60 other people, and it auto joined me into the voice chat
Yep, 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 yep.
forcibly. And it wasn't that. It wasn't, yeah. You think it would be. The first thing I hear, because I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why am I hearing somebody? I muted myself instantly because I was like, I don't want to say anything out loud. It was, hey guys, so we made it all on the ship. Let's have a good event. The event is supposed to be like do something social. Maybe not talk, but like go to people, give them an
Emote.
item, interact
Okay.
them, emote, whatever. It's supposed to
Okay.
be like a find your guild kind of event, like a job fair, basically, but on a ship. Or meet somebody on a ship, make friends. It's just supposed to be a social event that they're putting on to like
Uh-huh.
promote the community.
Uh-huh.
Great idea. Fucking god awful in practice. If just because it forcibly puts you into this voice chat channel, I didn't
Uh-huh.
know how to leave it. I didn't know how to leave the voice chat. I would have stayed on the ship, but I couldn't figure out how to goddamn leave the voice chat channel. It got real cursed real fucking fast. And it was only like 4 dudes talking.
But those 4 weirdos on the internet found each other?
Oh my god. It was the one guy that was like, hey, okay, we're all on the ship. We're meeting a guild. That was the first guy that talked. And
Yeah.
then, oh, this poor person. I mean, she did it to herself. A woman chimed up.
Uh-huh.
She was like, oh, hey,
Woman!
I'm a woman, blah, 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 blah. And I went, oh no, you either have no idea how the internet works, or you're just baiting everybody because you get off to it.
Yeah.
Oh boy. The next fucking person immediately rapid fire just N-word, 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 N-word.
God.
And then stopped. And then the guy was like, oh, cool. So we've already started. The guy that talked first was like, oh, good. We're already started this. Perfect. We're out in the world. Like, that was a great start, everybody. And then the girl was like, oh, wow. What the fuck, dude? And then like 2 other people started chiming in. And this guy said it one more time.
Uh-huh.
And then didn't say anything. And then it just turned into, so, you gonna send us some feet pics or what? And I just was like, oh, okay, where the fuck, how do I leave this?
Uh-oh.
How do I get out of here before
God!
it gets worse? And it just, I can't even describe how bad it got without like breaking some terms of service. It took
Especially
me like
about to
5 minutes.
install.
Yeah. It took me like 5 minutes to figure out how to leave. I was like, I just
Uh-huh.
can't do this event. Like, if
Yeah.
I have to be forcibly put into a chat channel
Mm.
that's filled with 60 people that I don't know who all know they're anonymous on the goddamn internet, I can't be in here. Like, the cringe is too strong. I
Oh,
don't have the self-esteem to deal with it.
oh, my chest would implode from the secondhand cringe. I thought you were gonna say the congested white knight stepped up to the plate to defend her honor, and I was gonna lose my mind.
Oh, no. There is none of that. There was a dude, what the fuck? And that was all the defense that she got. And I'm not surprised, because I basically feel like if you put a bunch of nerds that don't know each other into a room, someone's just gonna let it flow because they're like, this is either hilarious or finally it's my time to just shine. Nobody else is saying it. I finally can say it.
I could say it. Oh, bless.
So I haven't really done any other social things on there in terms of voice
After
chat.
that wonderful thing.
But I will say that was like the best in-game voice chat I've ever heard.
Ever
Because usually when they do in-game voice chat, it's crackly. You
Yeah.
can't hear anybody. This was like,
But the slurs came in crisp.
They were so crisp. They were so crisp. You could hear everybody that was talking at the same time without like one person. Like, I was like, wow, this system is great for what you guys want it to do. And then I was out of there.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I will say at least I feel I don't want to say validated. Your experience with wrestling with the combat and kind of those key points were the things that I felt really early on that I just were I personally, because I was looking to play like an action kind of thing and be able to do stuff and not worry about the judo chop because don't worry, his poise is enough to eat this giant swing thing and not stag. I don't care if the guy behind me judo chops me, but the guy hit the face, just eats it all to the face. It just says, it just hits me on the forehead. So it's cool that it's such a cool, interesting idea. It should be everything that I love, but the fact that mechanically it doesn't feel great for me, especially, it's deterring me from jumping into the pool.
Yeah. I mean, if you just want like a one-on-one boss fight simulator, great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's fun to fight the bosses. They're usually unique mechanics. They're visually very distinctive. I was fighting a goddamn giant catfish the other day. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Mr. Whisker.
I know I've been going on for this for a very long time because I've had 80 hours of experience to go through. I haven't even touched on the PvP. Do you want me to talk about the PvP?
Would you have what do you, well yeah, sure, like let us know what you did. Like what was it like?
So I haven't done it. No, that's not true. I did one world PvP by accident. That was the first thing that I did in PvP. I accidentally
There's a lot of this accidentally going on.
because it doesn't tell you. I was in the big main city and I like went left. And then I walked into an area where the guards were like, "You're not supposed to be here." I was like, "Oh, sorry, officer. I'll just staggle off." And I turned around and I left. And I started talking to an NPC. And then I see in the background while I'm talking to this NPC, these guards running at me. I'm like, huh, wonder what they're doing. And I get out of the NPC talk, and they immediately shot me. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So, because the game is so filled with like random events and shit, I was just like, oh, well, I'm just gonna kill him. So I fought the guards and I killed him. I thought everything was hunky dory. Then I get a big red circle on me, and basically that tells you
that what the hell is that?
What the hell is that? Basically, it tells you on the map like the guards are now searching for you in this area. I was like, oh shit. Well, I'm just gonna skedaddle over there. So I leave, and I'm just sitting on a rooftop across the river, just staring at this. And like, so when is this GTA 5 mechanic gonna end? Where the cops stop chasing me? Well, the cops stopped chasing me. Now, I'm playing in single player mode right now. I'm standing on a fucking tiny roof across the river. And next to me suddenly appears, I don't know his name. I should have because he appeared in front of me. But like basically, you know, because all the characters look, you know, they're based on the same guy. So basically a version of me with a different hairstyle and a different outfit appears next to me, but he's not moving at all. I have no idea what the fuck is happening. I'm just staring
Spider-Man
at him.
meme of hell
Yeah.
Hey.
So I'm just staring at this guy who loaded in next to me, not doing anything. And I'm like, when I'm in solo mode, what the fuck is happening?
And he meanwhile is across the internet. shaders.
Yeah. So he's loading in. It's just letting you know that he's loading in. You can't interact with him until he's fully loaded in. So you can't like just kill him while he's loading in.
Yeah.
But because I didn't know what the fuck was going on, I was just staring at this guy going like, what the fuck why is he here? He loads in, his outfit loads, because before he was wearing generic clothes, and it loads, and he's like, I've spent $200 on this, and I'm showing it off. And I'm like, the fuck? And then he hit me in the head with his sword. And I went, what the fuck? So I like panic jumped across the river because I'm like, I didn't know what the fuck was happening. I was like, get me away from this goddamn asshole. And so I ran out of endurance on the other side of this river trying to escape this guy. Long story short, he killed me. It turned out when I hit that guard, it put a bounty on my head.
And he said, "Time to collect."
Yeah, so it shot it out to the internet for anybody to go and collect it.
Yeah.
An asshole over there went and collected it. Well, he got his
Yep.
buddy's worth because I fucking didn't know how to fight him. And he was way more geared than I was. So after I died, I got sent to fucking jail, where I had to sit there for like 15 minutes in this jail, looking like a homeless man with an afro. And there's like mini games that you can do
Yeah.
to lower your time, which was like
Yeah.
play musical instruments. Well, I'd never played the musical instrument, and you do that shit in a group. So everyone's over there like playing it perfectly, and here's me being like,
Blank, blank, blank.
I'm like, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm ruining your pardon right now. And while I'm in this like bamboo cage with 50 other dudes who are all in jail, an achievement pops up over my head for somebody else in the jail. And it was spend, achievement unlocked, spend 160 hours in jail.
What?
And I was like, what the fuck? Apparently, you can live your life in prison. Like, people play the prison game. But as far as I can tell, the prison game is being in this cage and then playing that music game over there. And then every once in a while being carted around an area of the map for people to throw eggs and lettuce at you. So I don't know what the fuck he's doing in there.
It's a sandbox, and he's chosen to be a prisoner, and he likes free vegetables. That's just what he's about.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, I'm never doing that shit again. Because apparently you can get like really high like sentences for stuff that you do if you keep breaking the law and whatnot. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna be squeaky clean because I don't want to spending my fucking time in this goddamn jail.
I'm a stand-up citizen.
Because it's like in real time, so like you can't just like log out. I've only been to jail once, luckily. So when I've hit max level and I got gear, I played the battle royale mode. That's where I started off of the PvP, was battle royale. I don't know how to do world PvP. I can't figure it out. I don't know if you go into the the multiplayer and you find somebody to beat them up, or you have to do something. I'm not sure. So I did the world PvP because I wanted to see how the game works. The battle royale mode is not bad. It's pretty simple. It's very obvious when you're fighting people that only play the battle royale mode, or sorry, they logged in and that's what they did. Was they went to the battle royale mode. They didn't play the game at all, so they don't know the mechanics or like how stuff works. They're just learning the game based off the battle royale because they're fucking god awful.
That's really funny.
And you're just like parry, dodge, special move, combo, like come on, do something. You're poking with a stick and they're on the ground dead. They like sprint running away. Like it's very obvious to tell when you're fighting a new player. And it's very obvious to tell when you're fighting somebody that like actually played through the story. I've only played it about 3 or 4 times. The first 3 times I evacuated early because you can do that before the circle light closes all the way. Because I thought this resource that I was collecting, you took it with you and then that you used it for other things. Turns out it was a resource. There's specific vendors in the battle royale that you spend it on because you earn the very similar resource name wise to the resource that's in the thing. So I thought like, oh, they carried over. Turned out it wasn't. So I only played one game in which I got to the ending of it. Oh boy. Okay. So you get to the end. The circle is not small, but it's not very big. It's a little bit. It's about 2 times the size of a final Fortnite circle, for reference. So there's places to run around and stuff or not. You're all in this. So at most, there's like usually, I think when I fought, there was like 10 other players. It was a shit show. Um, I don't know where they were located, but like it was such a laggy disaster. Like the final circle,
Really?
it it was terrible. Like you would try to block or use an ability, and it would go off like 3 seconds later. Before the final circle, it was fine. One on one, great. Like it felt great to fight somebody, whatever. That final circle, when everyone's in that group and everyone's trying to do
That
chi
close
abilities
together? Yeah.
and like dodging around, like the game's just like, huh, good luck. And I think that's ping, but I don't know if maybe the game just can't handle it. It would be
That's so
weird if the game
weird.
couldn't handle it.
Because their previous game is literally just that.
Yeah, I know. That's why I
Naraka
was
Blade
like,
Point. That's all. That's the entire game.
so it's weird because like people weren't even that far away from me, and
Uh-huh.
you, we've seen this before. You remember, we use Fortnite as an example. When like people are dancing, but you're not really close to them, so like the frame is weird. Like the frame
Mhm.
rate is weird on them specifically.
Yeah, till you get close enough to them, and then it pops into what they're actually doing.
Imagine that, but there's 10 people, and 4 or 5 of them are doing that, and they're within like 10 meters of you. They're very
Oh,
close,
and
and
you're
they're all
like,
doing that.
"Where are you, people?"
Yeah. And they're all having this frame rate thing. So the game is like compensating for all the shit that they're doing by like not rendering every frame of their character. So it
Ooh.
becomes like this smooth looking game into like this weird different style right in the middle of it. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? And then everyone has like these big explosive like chi abilities that make them like sprint around the map and turn into like giants or whatever. And it's just like
So someone's got a light switch on the sun, and they're just flicking it on and off really fast, and people are like, "Ooh."
exactly. So it's just like, you know what? That was enough for me. Like if I play it again, I'm evacuating early. The final circle is just a mad fucking house of just bullshit.
Yeah.
Um, if there's more than like 4 people. And then I was like, okay, well I'll do arenas. Which are 1v1 until they open up. I think the 3v3 arena opened up the other day or whatever. I haven't tried that. But the 1v1 arena I was playing. The 1v1 arena, you can only do it between the hours of 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. or 2 a.m. and 8 a.m. I get home at about 5 p.m.
Mhm.
and then after everything that I have to do, I usually get on at 7. And then I have to decide like, do I want to do PvP or do I want to do the other things I have to do before it closes?
Mhm.
So it's real shit time frame, and I was very confused as to why they did this. But I did do a few matches. They've changed it recently, so now it's like 24 or every 12 hours or something like that you can do it, so the time frame is much larger. It's much more open. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's a permanent change, but they have changed it recently. But like for the first week and a half, it wasn't that. And it was like I can't ever get online in time to do goddamn arena. The 1v1
Mhm.
is is so I want to like the PvP. Like
Uh-huh.
gearing up and playing, like I want to be able to beat the shit out of this. Because the PvP works in that you get a little bit of benefit from your gear, but it basically you go in there and it's trying to equalize you both so you're kind of at the same power. So that it's
Yeah.
based on more of your skill and your weapons and how you use them. And then your chi abilities are different because you can select your own chi abilities. So basically it evens the playing field and then you fight. Um and then there's like a match thing. You know, you get your rank chosen, and then you go through the ranks like beginner 1, beginner 2, beginner 3, and then if you lose, you go down ranks and et cetera, et cetera. It depends on where the other person is located. It is very easy to tell when you are attached to a person with very high fucking ping
Oh.
because your shit doesn't go off, or you'll go and swing, and then suddenly they'll be over in the fucking corner over there. And it's like, oh, okay. when there's a good match, it's fine.
It's good.
When it works, it works. The game's PvP mechanics, and I had to look that video up on this because it was confusing the fuck out of me. When you're fighting non-PvP, world PvP, everything's the same. In arena PvP, your parry uses your endurance bar to parry. Like if you successfully parry, you use your endurance. If you push the parry button, you use your endurance. Your endurance also allows you to sprint, and it also allows you to jump, and it also allows you to dodge. So you're burning a lot. It's all based on that, and then you still have that key bar where if you get parried enough, it breaks, and then if you hit him, it breaks and stuff like that. So it was very confusing the first few times because I was like, "Oh man, this is really difficult." And then I watched the video. I was like, "Oh, that makes a lot more sense. The parry is requiring me to use endurance. No wonder I'm running out of endurance while I got in time." The combat is weird. So like you can parry the enemy, obviously.
Yeah.
But a successful parry doesn't seem to help you that much. So, for example, like if you parry a boss that's going to do a chain move, you will automatically parry every other chain move in that move, unless with very few exceptions. Like basically, if the boss takes a little break in between the chain moves, usually you have to parry again, which is great because it's like, okay, I parried you successfully in this chain. Now I can do what I need to do, and the game will auto parry for me. It's great. Doesn't work that way in fucking PvP. So you have a move that does like
flailing, and you're having to be like,
which is burning your endurance.
Yeah.
So like the spear, for instance, I'm going to use that as an example. Does this whirlwind attack basically? It hits like 3 or 4 times. So if you parry the first one, and I haven't been able to effectively prove this, I'm going to be honest with you. It's very hard to tell. It's very hard to tell when you did something defensive that it actually helped you. Parry still makes like this really, really big bing. You can see damage numbers, but if you have any dot on you, there's also damage numbers. So it's very difficult to tell if you got hit by that move that you parried or if you just have this dot going on you. So you will parry the first hit, but they'll continue their spin. And then you'll have to parry the second hit. And if you don't parry that second hit really, really fucking quickly, because it's coming around real quick, you'll get hit by it. And then you'll constantly get hit by it. So parrying, I had to watch a video, isn't worth it in the beginning unless you're really, really fucking confident. Blocking is far better than parrying is. Makes a lot of sense. Blocking reduces the damage that they do. It doesn't stagger you. It only minorly injures your chi. Versus if you fail to fucking parry, you've burned endurance. You've burned a shit ton of your life, and they get to do follow-up attacks. The way this game works in PvP is if you hit somebody, they enter into a stagger state. So basically, you continue your combo with moves that combo together. So basically, your idea is I hit them, I go into my combo like a fighting game. I try and make my combo last as long as possible by linking and animation canceling chi moves that I've chosen that will allow me to continue my combo until I ended my combo and then either broke their chi or did a hard knockdown on them. And then we do the process again. Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
It is so hard to tell when your move is going to stagger them because you're like, oh, wow, that move staggered them last time. It'll definitely stagger them this time, right? Nope.
Judo chop.
Judo chop.
And then,
ow! And then you get staggered. So I'm like, but that move staggered them last time. Why didn't it stagger them this time? It's like, oh, well, it might have been because the ping was off. So you staggered them, but because you didn't do it, the follow-up move fast enough, they unstaggered because they don't get staggered for very long. So it's like, oh, maybe that's what's happening. Or they blocked or they parried, but it didn't really show you that they blocked or parried. It's like, okay, well, what if I block or parry? Well, that's good that you blocked or parried, but you didn't do it fast enough, and the ping said that you got hit before you blocked or parried. Oh, okay. And so I figured out a combo
Mhm.
that basically can kill somebody in one string. Now, I don't
Okay.
know. It basically it's a touch of death. It's very
Yeah.
easy to do. It's not hard. Um, I'm I'm mostly proud that I figured it out by myself, but um,
Smart guy.
mostly through accident, and then I was able to repeat it. But there's no way to break it, as far as I know. There's no way to break it. So like, if
Sorry,
you
I'm
get
just imagining being in voice chat and hearing your opponent go, huh, "Whoops," and you're on the ground. You're like, "Fuck! This idiot doesn't know what he's doing." He's like, "Oh, whoops."
yeah, exactly. And it's such a I don't know, maybe like at higher levels, because
Mhm.
obviously I'm like the beginner rank or whatever. You're just starting out rank. I don't know if if like I don't know if more experienced people know how to deal with being in a stagger combo chain, or maybe if like the higher gear, because there's PvP talents. So I'm assuming
Mhm.
that the PvP talents really help you last longer. I haven't really looked
Yeah.
at them all because it's a big tree, but I'm guessing that that kind of helps. Or maybe the offensive talents cancel out the defensive talents, and then it doesn't really fucking matter anyway. Who
Mhm.
knows? So, but like, it's very easy to tell when you're fighting somebody that's like, I made a Smurf account. Yeah, my Chinese account, I'm really like, I'm, MMR platinum gold rank. And then they go into like beginner one and they're like, huh, well, would you look at that? Fucking comboed you to death.
Prepare
You
to
didn't even get
die.
a, yeah, I hit you once, dead. They're like, oh, you fucking asshole. Because they're just like doing all this fancy shit and you're sitting there staggered, like, what am I going to do? Like, what do I do? Like you're getting hit and you're like, do I dodge? Well, because you attempted to dodge, we reactivated your stagger. It's like, oh, well, I didn't see that I actually dodged. It's like, well, you successfully dodged, but the follow-up attack you didn't dodge, even though you were in the middle of your dodge. So you can't like dodge. You really should have dodged on the last hit that they did, not in the middle of the hit that they did, because the follow-up hit is definitely gonna break.
And you're screeching, "I was in iframe."
Yeah, basically that. It's so hard to tell when you're supposed to do something defensive that it's actually going to help you versus I shouldn't have done that. That was just deferential. Because I can't tell if it's just internet lag or if it's the mechanic of the game that fucked me over. Um but like I don't know if I like it. Like I really want to like it, but maybe I just don't like arena PvP. I haven't but I haven't figured out how to do world PvP without joining a cult. So I don't know if world PvP is better. I feel like world PvP would be better.
Yeah. You might have to report back if you keep with it, because this sounds like this is scratching an itch that you have, but there's just inherent flaws with it, but it's not enough to be like, well, I'm not going to do this anymore. But it's like, it kind of sucks, but I'm having fun in these ways, and it's giving me this fun,
Yeah.
and it's free.
Yeah, it's definitely filling that adventure collect
Yeah.
need. It just what I found out I didn't really like the PvP of it. I was like, I may have to stop playing. But I haven't
Ah.
really. I've continued to do the PvE because like when you
Mm.
gear up, you're like, I want to be able to use this gear in some way. Like I've done it enough solo. I want to show off. I want to do PvP, But then it's like, the PvP is not great. Fuck, why the fuck am I even bothering?
Yeah, and that's the tough part, because it's like, I mean, that's kind of my problem with Black Desert, of like, they remove most of the PvP, and I'm like, then what am I doing all this for?
Yeah. And I guess the solution is to like join a guild, but the guilds can only be they're like Black Desert. I think that you can
Mm.
only have like I think Black Desert has more capacity, but I think you can only have like 60 or
Yeah,
90
that's
people in
small.
a guild.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I don't want to take a slot up because they're looking for like super active people that want to do all these like group shit. And I'm like, I don't have the time for you.
Yeah, you have to find your casual friends of like, we're just gonna enjoy some where the Whins meet, and you know,
Yeah.
they'll be there. There'll be a guild for everybody. You just need to find them.
Yeah. But yeah. I I want to be like, oh Scum, you gotta try it again. You gotta get to the bosses at least.
Mhm.
Uh but I don't really know if it's your kind of game. It's hard to recommend you specifically this game, like to power through it and get to that boss fight.
I am such a high maintenance person. Especially when it comes to very specific combat things. And it'll just be like having like an itch that I can't scratch if there's like something that bothers me, and it's like fundamentally I disagree with what you are. Just staring at like you being incepted is a curse upon my conscience. Why did he stagger? Judo chop!
Judo chop.
Fuck! Smash my keyboard. uh if you end up, it's one of those things like if you end up finding out like what to do, and or not what to do, if you end up finding the light at the end of the tunnel and you have that zen moment of like, I understand now in terms of like what the end game like kind of like PvP is actually like, it would be really fun to group up and hunt people down and put their dick in the dirt. But I need to know that putting them in the dirt is going to feel good, and I'm not going to feel like a slideshow and like swinging at the air and they're across the room and then they fall dead in front of me like, heh, got him.
If fucking that sect that you were like excited to join, that like
Yeah.
you go out and kill people,
Yeah.
to get in that is not bad, but it's kind of like it's a lot of steps to be actually to just get into it.
To be a red play, it takes a lot of being
Like you have
bad,
to,
and the maintenance of it, I heard, is maintaining and being in it once you get there is a lot of work.
yeah, like just to get in, you have to like kill 10 arena opponents, kill 10 I think you have to kill 10 battle royale opponents. You have to kill anything basically to start it, which is easy.
Mhm.
You can kill anything. Um, and then you have to find somebody who is already considered like, I forget what they're called, not master, but they're like a member. They're already a member. You have to find somebody that's willing to join your group so that you can kill them, so that you gain their rank. But that means that they drop down in rank. So then they have to go out and kill somebody with that rank. So nobody will do it. So you have to wait until an NPC spawns that's hard as fuck to kill, that you then go and find and kill it to get in.
I just want to join the people on the internet that hate everyone. Let me in.
Let me in. I was like, I'll just figure out world PvP. I don't want to join you people.
Well, I'm good. You heard it here first. Where the Wind meets Power Hour of 80 hours of experience. That's what it feels like playing this game for 80 hours, and I'm glad we got the insight. And I'm interested
Be my
to hear.
friend.
I'm interested to hear the update going forward and what it's like.
Oh man,
I'm not opposed to anything. Just I need light at the end of the tunnel. I need something.
can I hold on? I gotta share this one. I was on a mountain, and people could put kind of like Dark Souls, where you put stuff down and then
Yeah.
people could read it. Right?
Mhm.
There's a lot of that. I usually use it to do puzzles and whatnot. I was sitting on this mountain. I was like, oh, somebody dropped a sign. I wonder what it is. It was a very beautiful area. I thought it was like, oh, boss spawns at night or something like that. I click on it, or the preview of is free. Okay, whatever. I click on it, and it's like, here you guys go for free, and it's just because you could put pictures of this thing. It's just like, here's some feet pics for free, and it's just their characters' fucking feet, and then just a horny comment section of, oh, thank God.
Installed.
The trade world chat is filled with so many people that are just like, will become my husband, I will send you free feet pic. And it's just like, oh my God.
Look away, Messi!
No way, I'm installing right now.
Look away! I need toes! Oh, bless. Speaking of needing things, all right. We're gonna get into the only other game that I played. So I played through Portal on my channel. I think Portal's a fun game.
Okay.
All right, fun game. I have yet to do a Portal 2 playthrough. I had a laptop with an onboard NVIDIA graphics card while I was in the middle of playing in bands, and it could not run Portal 2, so I never got to play it. So I'm still working around and getting that playthrough. Well, I was feeling terrible, and I was looking at my Steam library. I was like, I bought this thing for like $5. It's called Heidi. It's essentially Portal, but it's big and chocolate. So your puzzle solving and your platforming as a chocolate robot with a giant ass. Meshi, this has some of the most picture perfect platforming. Okay, like see this instance right here where you're having to flip switches and spawn these little platforms that your glorious chocolate ass could barely stand on correctly.
Yeah.
Pinpoint precision jumping. As a puzzle thing and exploring these different avenues, and it's been really fun. It is painfully hard. It brings me to another point. Trying to find out some of the mechanics in this game are so difficult. I needed to know how to loot. All right?
Okay.
What's the quick way to loot? Because there's instances where there's robots and they'll chase you around and they'll one-hit you. And you have to pick something off a corpse that they're guarding. So you kite the robot around to then pick something off of a body. I look at the guide section in the Steam, whatever. And it says 10 things you need to know to improve your experience playing Heidi. He lists 10 things that involve nothing with gameplay or any controls or literally anything. Someone asked, how can I quick loot? And they're like, why would you even need to? It's like, have these people made it past the beginning of the game?
They still play it one-handed.
They're playing it one-handed at the starting area. You have to press E, drag your mouse over, and right-click the item to then pick it up. In order to drop off of a ledge, there's instances where you have to crouch, stick your big chocolate ass out, and crawl underneath a pipe, and then drop down on a ledge. You have to turn your character around, back up, press spacebar to cancel the crouch animation before you fall too far, then press E to grab the ledge. Otherwise, you fall to your chocolate death. So, mechanically, it's difficult. The platforming's difficult. The puzzle solving and maneuvering through these different avenues to unlock different grates and get tools off of different things. It's very interesting. I'm not just talking with my penis.
I was about to ask, so it's not just like play this game because sex robot. It's like they put a sex robot in here, but there's actually a game actually kind of behind her right there. I know you're staring at the ass, but baby, move aside. This gameplay.
It's because it's one of those things where I expected like just a rinky-dink Portal thing, like, or this kind of like whatever, right? This is for a specific demographic. It's really challenging and interesting. um, so I've played about, I don't know, maybe a couple hours. Um, I don't know if I could recommend it necessarily, unless you I almost feel like it's a little bit rage inducing because she also has a little bit of like you get on those 4 block platforms. Oh, mind you, the save system's like Resident Evil. You have to find a disc, like a floppy disk, and then you have to find a save point to inject the floppy disk into to make your own save file. If you fall off without saving, you start at the beginning again.
Oh my gosh.
So I, meanwhile, am trying to figure out how to turn around, back up, stance cancel into grab ledge, dying and having to start over. Because no one on the internet nobody can communicate on how to play this game. What? Because the controls aren't in game. This is an indie game. Like, this is just some very passionate person put this together because they said, I like the ladies who do the Ichigo theme. So I don't know. I might keep playing it just because it's one of those things where it's a little rage inducing because when you try to turn her, she'll swing her hips a little bit and it'll cause her to go in an arc. Then she'll step off the platform because she's so thick. She just goes off the edge. You're like, no, pivot. And she falls to her death, and you almost feel bad because you see a bunch of copies of that giant chocolate ass robot dead on the ground. You're like, I let mine die. Just to lighten it up a little bit from your 80 hours of struggle, I had about 2 hours of rage, but fun rage of finding out how to play this game that was not meant to, I don't think, be played, but there's some guy out there who made it who's like, thank God someone's playing it. let me get this stat real quick. Because I ended up getting an achievement. Let's see. 41% of players have completed the tutorial section.
Wow.
Moron died in the same room 3 times in a row. 51% of players. Welcome to Heidi. Find your death in Heidi. 92.9% of players have found death who purchased the game. And only 40% of those completed the tutorial. Yeah, so that was fun. You played one other thing this week, Meshi.
I did.
You have to update us on what the hell is happening in Battlefield 6 and why is it snowing?
I went on for so long with Where the Wind Meets. I forgot I played another different game. Yeah, so they had their December update, which added a snow-covered version of one of their New York maps, which, gameplay aside, looks really good. Like, I like it more than the regular map. Not the mechanics that they added, but just the look of it. I just kind of like. I just like snowy maps. It just makes it look a lot better. It's only on this map, as far as I could tell, that it gets turned into snow. But there's a specific mechanic that goes along with it that's just kind of It's whatever. It's a mechanic. You know, they had to add some gimmick. I probably would have done like frozen zombies. Like last year they did zombies. I don't remember. I think it might have been for Halloween. But like frozen zombies coming out of like really foggy weather probably would have fit work. Basically it's this freeze mechanic that you see here. If
I'm so cold. I'm shivering.
So there's fire mechanics everywhere. Or not fire mechanics. There's fire barrels. If people throw down like a incendiary grenade or a thermal grenade, that will also count as long as you're standing near the fire, as far as I can tell anyway. Basically, while you're frozen, while you have any sort of blue around your screen, you can't heal. your character shivers.
Mhm.
And slowly it starts to cover your screen so you can't see, and it gets really hard to see, and then eventually you start slowly dying.
Mhm.
Um, so the idea is that you fight around these barrels, or you at least have to go visit. Like they're
Fight for warmth.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're everywhere, but they're not everywhere you need them to be.
So hobos have gotten tactical in the middle of New York winter, and they're like, "That's my barrel fire."
Yeah, exactly.
Get tactical, hobos.
Um, but I like the map overall. It's not a new map, but I do like the winter of the map. They did a very big balance update with this patch. I don't want to say balance. They fixed a lot. Oh, they fixed. There's quotation marks around there. Fixed a lot of issues
Mhm.
that made a lot of stuff worse. One of the things that they fixed that feels better is a lot of the guns were not useless, but they felt fucking terrible
Mhm.
because their recoil was weird and unpredictable at times. It wouldn't be consistent, and like the bullets on some of these weapons would not go straight. Uh, like if you fired more than like 3 bullets, like the fourth or fifth bullet would like fly off in some weird direction.
Mhm.
For some reason, it was a mechanical thing that they put in there to. They basically call it weapon bloom. So
Mhm.
they have there's like a weapon precision stat. So like as you're firing it, you're basically like losing control of it because you're just full on auto firing or whatever. I don't know the reasoning behind it, but then like the bullet just flies off, and it's like
Yeah.
that's weird. That direction doesn't make any goddamn sense, but okay. Well, they fixed that. The guns are now more stable, and the bullets go where you actually think they're gonna go,
Mhm.
which broke a lot of weapons because it turned out that the weapons were only bad because the bullets weren't going straight. So when the bullets started going straight, weapons that were god awful became like 2 to 3 hit guns that fire
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
fast.
Mhm.
Um, so they made some little bit more changes, but overall, it was very good. Uh, Made a lot more weapons more competitive. They broke sound. They usually do in some way.
Mhm.
There were a lot of audio issues before the game, so like tanks could sneak up on you. Sometimes they couldn't, sometimes they could. It was random when it happened. It just depends on how many other sounds were going on in the game at the time, and they would just not have enough sound channels to also play the tank sound that was coming up behind you, or like footsteps. Some people couldn't hear them. If you had really good headphones, you could hear them all the time. But if you had like mid headphones or whatever, or you have terrible hearing, you couldn't hear them,
Yeah.
depending
Yeah.
on whatever. Um, well, they were like, okay, well that's a problem. So they did a pass. They did a whole audio whatever. They basically made the audio with the game worse. um, it's playable and it's doable. So the problem is that before, when I heard footsteps, I could tell exactly where that person was coming from. I knew they were coming around a corner. I knew when they were above me. I knew when they were aside, coming down these stairs. Like they were very loud. They were very clear. It was very easy to tell the direction of them.
Mhm.
So when they did this pass, I can still do that, to an extent. But if there's more than one fucking person running around, it's kind of like you're in an apartment and there's a dance party going on upstairs. Um, it is like it's panic inducing. There's so many footsteps just going.
Where are
everywhere.
they? Where are they?
Like, I know they're around me, and that happens in every direction of you. Like if there's people on your right, people on the left, like somebody like turned the gain volume up, so you're like hearing people off really fucking far that are nowhere near you, but they're added into the people that are near you. So like it's
Oh.
just this kerfuffle of footstep noises. You're like, oh my god, there's an army.
Meanwhile,
Um,
two guys just strafing.
Yeah, it's basically that. Yeah. Um, so it's just kind of it's an okay patch. They added like a ice axe weapon. Haven't unlocked it yet. Uh, it's another way to melee somebody, kill them other
Yeah.
than the sledgehammer is to just ice pick them in the head. Um,
Nice.
it's just kind of an update. The balance patch was probably the biggest thing, and it broke a lot of stuff, which I'm sure. I mean, they break stuff all the time. I'm sure it'll get hopefully better. They made some changes to some other game modes that I don't really play, but other people are complaining about that they broke it. Um,
So we're
but
in
I
a
don't know if
broken
they.
patch era, and it's on its way to hopefully getting fixed as they're making changes and breaking new things. And they're like, okay, let's fix that
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
yeah, they were like, well, because like it's like attack and defend. You have like 2 points, and then like the attackers attack, and then they get the 2 points, and they move on to the next point, and blah 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 blah. And I guess they made it like super easy for the attackers by either giving them an extra tank or I forget what else they did. And apparently that like broke the defender's ability to do it. I don't because the defenders most of the time won, like 80% of the time, or some like ridiculously high stat. And
Mm,
so they were like,
yeah.
okay, well, we'll help them out. Apparently, if you believe everything that you read, it swayed too far, and now the attackers just win in like 5 minutes. But I don't know if that's just people complaining because they, want to complain about everything, or if it's actually like a problem. Right? It's
Yeah.
really easy to complain about only having one set of data rather than looking at like 10,000 players worth of data and be like, well, that's not true. You're just experiencing a real shit run right now. But we'll see. We'll see if they do anything. I don't know. I'm overall happy with the game. Um,
Still delivering on the fronts that it needs to, as long as we get these wrinkles ironed out.
yeah.
We forgot about this one. Um, this will be our last section. Um, we watched The Accountant and we had fun with it. It was a very fun Rain Man meets John Wick, Taken, Liam Neeson. Um, so you watched the second film, Meshi.
I did watch the second film.
How did it hold up?
It it
Without
wasn't
spoiling stuff
terrible.
too much. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible, but it felt like too much time in between the account one and the account two. What I mean by that is that Ben Affleck has gotten much older than when we watched the accountant. So it feels like he kind of forgot how his character is, or maybe he just sounds that different now that he's older. Um, it's kind of hard to tell. So they're like, all right, we're being very subtle that he's autistic.
Mhm.
What if we just press that gas a little bit more? And you know his
Oh,
his his computer people in the
yeah,
background.
yeah.
What if we just added a little bit more of that? It's like,
No,
oh,
you don't need to see that. We just need to know that she exists and that's who's talking to him.
yeah, it gets worse.
Oh.
So like she was in it just the right amount in the past movie. She was the cheeky, person in the
Because
chair
you heard
for
her
it.
throughout the entire movie, and then you find out at the end, like, spoilers, you find out at the end, it's the girl he grew up with in, like, the autistic, like, uh, what would you call it? Assisted living kind of
Yeah,
situation.
assisted
So
living
it's
kind
the
of
girl
situation.
he grew up with is his um what do they call in the Matrix? The operator or
Yeah, operator. Operator.
um anyways, oh that's those are the things that shouldn't be happening before a sequel. But go on, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and so she talks more via the voice chat thing,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is fine. I'm fine with her. I like the person in the chair. She's just in it a little bit too much. Um and he has he had they have more autistic people in a chair. She has like a tiny team of like kids that are autistic that she's trained to do computer stuff,
Uh-huh.
and so
I'm
they're
assembling a team.
also there's
Yeah.
they also have like a team that they're not in it for a very big portion of it, but I'm like, this is too much. This is getting to be like, I run a school to help me do my job kind of thing. Like, it's getting too much
Yeah.
X-Men-y, but for autism.
Because it was just enough to be like, it was a fun little thing, and you got to hear like a little bit in between these things happening, and the reveal was really good. We didn't need to see. I feel like the same thing would happen if you showed too much of what was happening in John Wick with like the girls in like the rockabilly like bandanas and outfits doing the switchboards and the lettering and all that stuff. Like if we focused on that too much, the imagery is cool that this whole world is operating analog and kind of off the grid. But if we focused on that too much, it wouldn't be as cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's disappointing.
But overall, it's not bad. It's basically like a buddy cop movie with him and his brother.
With the brothers, yeah.
With the brothers going out and doing this one specific mission that J. Jonah Jameson left behind for him to do.
Yeah.
So it's an
Before you got-
entertaining movie. It's just very much like, I think this movie, there's too much time in between The Accountant and The Accountant 2.
Yeah, they didn't strike while the iron was hot, and then they're like, "What were we doing with this movie again?" I don't know. Let's. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay-ish
Worth a watch,
movie.
though.
Yeah, worth
Yeah.
a watch. Okay. If I get bored one night while I'm dying on repeat with my chocolate woman, I'll put that on the background to save me from the sadness as she plummets to her death again. All right, well, that does it for us. We've had a podcast. That was wonderful. If you would like to watch this live, I might be streaming on another platform that I don't believe I can mention because the AI will pick it up in my voice and bury my VOD. So look for me on other platforms if you want to see the visual stuff to go along with it. Or you can check back here on YouTube. Every week I'll be uploading this, and we'll just blur everything out. I had fun. Did you have fun, Meshi?
Of course I had fun. Great talking about
right.
where winds meet for 2.5 hours.
You know, it's little things.
I had a lot of stuff on my chest.
You had a lot on your chest, and we are gonna watch Record of Ragnarok because the new stuff just came out. So I'm sure we're gonna finish that and talk about it next week on the First to 50 McPodcast. We're out.